Yeah, Frank Wright, what's happening? Hot Takes Wednesday. Cess, your favorite team with local tendencies in the building. I got Mr. Shake My Hand, Rob the Man Media. Rob, what's up?
What's happening?
Oh, man, it's my
Another one.
favorite time of the year.
Yeah, we back
It's my
at
favorite time of the year. Yeah, we gonna talk WNBA. Now we still talking college hoops. We could talk just whatever hot takes y'all want to talk today. But we gonna get on to the Big Ten on Friday.
Well,
today we talking hot takes.
Before we start something, all right?
What you got?
We took a break because we see y'all. Don't think we don't see y'all. We see y'all. You know what I'm saying? But just get credit where credit due. Anytime y'all want to start talking college hoops for real, hey, just remind the people where you got it from and give us credit. That's all I'm gonna say about it. But go ahead. We see y'all. Just know we see y'all.
We see you. We see you. We see you. I mean, you ain't got to invite us on the show. You ain't got to put our pictures up to be like, yo, Rob the Man Media, Let's Talk Sports. I mean, that's all. But it's okay. It's okay. It's all right. Groovy, what's happening? Let's get into it. I mean, I don't know where to start.
So here's the thing. We gotta be we unpredictable. You don't know, never know what we got going on. But we see the motion that, you know what I'm saying, people trying to do behind the scenes and use things. But it's okay, man. We appreciate listen. We just appreciate the love, support, man. You know what I'm saying? That y'all stop by to watch the video and all the hard work that we done. So hey, man, we so we appreciate it. But just a little quick credit, fam. That's all.
Exactly. Hey. Quick to tell them to credit the source. Thank you, Frank. Gamecocks fam, what's up, fam? What's up? Man, let's get into it. Let's get into it. I got you on the hot seat today. It's Hot Takes Wednesday. Why?
It's hot takes. So I had to put that. I had to, real give a hot take on that because the last couple of days, man, I just been strolling. You know what I'm saying, and seeing some things. So I had to say something.
We saw. Well, I don't know if y'all saw. I saw HD had to speak on it. I'm seeing a few content creators speak on it. Bro, it's wild. It's wild. We all talking about different topics, but we all got our own takes. And if if somebody say something that sparked a thought for you, I don't mind being like, yo, Rob the Man Media was saying, welcome to HDI TV was saying, I Am So Media was saying, J Spot was saying, Political Little was saying. It don't take but a second. And it don't take nothing away from the take I'm about to make, except, hey, this is credit, this is credible, this is it's out there where it came from. That's all we talking about.
Hey, so you know what's interesting about what you just said, right?
What's that?
If you were wrong in what you were saying, they'll call you out about who said what, right?
Yeah.
But when you got a real thoughtful, credible, when you got a real thoughtful, credible something they agree with, they're afraid to get a credit.
No, they present it like it's their own. Like they thought of it. But we see you, and it's all good. It's not all good, but we're gonna keep calling it out. That's what I should say. It's not all good, we'll keep calling it out. And I'm waiting to catch one of y'all live because I'm gonna pull up. I'm gonna pull up. I'm in the chat. I want to talk. Drop the link because I want to come up. When I pull up to see that you using something that I said, pull me up so I can add to it. It'll only make the conversation better. That's all I can say.
Matter of fact, hey, listen. You ain't got what you go live, man. If you see this and you see some great content that you want to talk about, man, y'all, hey, listen, we ain't hard to find now. You know what I'm saying? The DM's always open. Just say, hey, man, I want to holler at y'all about something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, send a link. Drop the link. Don't be afraid.
We will drop the link. We do drop the links.
And let you broadcast it on your platform so you can go do it while we up here. It's okay.
So we're not against rap. We're not against rappers, but we are against those thieves, bro. We against that, bro. We ain't got time, bro. Stop stealing content. We ain't got time. Now we got all that off our chest. Let's get into this. Hoop. Now we ain't talk hoops in a minute. Let's start. Las Vegas Aces. Let's start right there because we Aces fans. I've been giving the Aces the business all season. I've been on Becky head. I said win 4 or 5 games in a row. They gave me the 4 in a row. The Jewel Lloyd off the bench. Probably if they'd did that earlier in the season, could have been better. The record would have looked better, I think. You get a Nalyssa Smith at the end of the season, it looks better, but none of that matters. Right now, what I want to talk about is Asia's on one. Like Asia turned it. What they got? What was the song used to be all the way turned up? Yeah, she all the way turned up. This all the way turned up. That should be scared. 30, 32, and 21 because they robbed it. Let's talk about it. What you thinking?
How about the first woman to ever do it in WNBA history? Let's start that. First woman.
First time.
Because
First time.
we gotta get credit where credit due, right? She's the first woman
Yep.
ever in history to have a 30 and 20 point rebound game in a dub. So let's get credit where credit's due, right? From that standpoint. But when you look at Asia, Asia understands, man, it's playoff time. It's time to go to a different level. It's time to really get serious about the defensive end and not just going through the motions. It's starting to hold people accountable. And that's what you're seeing out there with the Aces right now. You're seeing everybody's game has risen, especially Jackie Young's game has risen in its winning streak. They had that player. They had that player meeting, and Asia just told
bumping on your mic, Rob. Something bumping on your mic.
Yeah. They had that meeting and flat out, Asia's like, enough's enough of this, time to come with it.
They hold her on the rebound. I'm with you, Gamecocks fam. They said right on the TV, it was like, "Ooh, that's 21," and nobody said when it gave it to her. But it's the accountability. Now, somebody was saying that it was some kind of meeting that went on. You remember who that was? Somebody said it was a meeting. Asia was talking to. Who said? Somebody said something about it was a meeting. Who said that? Now, from that meeting, you said it was a meeting where it was like, "Hey, it was that come to Jesus time to get to work. I'm not playing with y'all no more. It's playoff time."
They had a meeting, and then Asia came out publicly and said, "Hey, we had a players' meet.
Yeah,
it's playoff time. Like, ain't nothing else to talk about."
My question for you is, how long can that meeting carry them? Is that the momentum that takes them into the playoffs to turn the corner? Do you think we have to have another players only meeting?
No, I think the message.
Do you think that was time to get going?
Yeah, I think the message is loud and clear, right? No matter, she basically told them, "Hey, your shots is the shots you're gonna get. I don't want to hear nobody complain about shots, minutes, rebounds, anything. Only thing that matters at the end of this day is us getting a dub. It don't matter who put the ball in the hole." And what you seen from Asia was you seen her field goals go up, right? Instead of taking 12 to 14, now she's taking 18 to 20. So she's actually saying, "Hey, listen, I'm not finna just tell you. I'm finna go out here and show you. Let you get mad at me about how many shots I take. Now what? We're gonna have a real problem." So, now that that's being known, right? She's taking the most. Jackie Young's taking the second most. Lloyd's taking third, right? And so when you look at it from that standpoint, that's how it should have been all season. But what you also notice is Chelsea's great assist numbers going up. So that's the great thing, right? Because I told you, if Chelsea Gray doesn't get 6 assists during the game, we're more likely going to lose that game. That's just what it is. So you have to understand is how do we get Chelsea Gray involved where she has enough assists, where she's helping on both ends. But defensively, I gotta get credit defensively, right? We've been more physical defensively. I'm not necessarily saying we've improved tremendously, but we've been more physical than we have been throughout the season.
Well, no time like the present to try to get right. She told us. She said she texted, "If you ain't embarrassed, don't come to work no more." Yeah. It's just funny as hell. Also got in the field and started coaching. What you mean? Got in the field and started coaching. What you mean? What's she coaching up? Tell me. I missed that part. What's up, Jeremy? What's up, Political Lil? What's happening? Hey, we need everybody to hit that like and share. They both right there. Like and share both right there. Five of y'all share this thing out. Please share it in the chat so we know you pushed it out. Get them over here because we talking. Who's the X factor? Who's the X factor in the Aces?
Drew Lloyd.
Making the run to the playoffs. Drew Lloyd. Okay.
She's the X factor to us getting to the championship.
Are the play that you're seeing out of Jewel right now, is that saying to you that she's ready to take that on?
I mean, we got an MVP, so That's what I look at, right? We got an MVP, and it's time to we ready to take that thing up to another level. So um, everything does start and end with Asia, no matter what you want, how you want to look at it. But if Lloyd is not doing what she needs to do off the bench, we're in a problem. So
Gotcha.
that's
You
how I
think
look
about
at
that?
things. What?
Asia started scouting and rearranging their defensive philosophy. Callie wrote in their article, and I think Gamecock fan was saying that Becky confirmed it. So Asia is the defensive coordinator now. Remember, we was talking about the defense. We said the defense had left. So Asia's the new Natalie, is what y'all saying. But what a great person to do that, because she comes from a standard that the defense starts the offense.
Hi Becky.
So,
thanks for listening.
So the thing is, remember we remember. I think it was you. I think it was me and you up here. And if it wasn't, y'all remind me who it was. They started a meeting at the end of a game. We was getting blew out, and Becky was standing on the side talking to Asia, and Chelsea wasn't really kind of listening, and And I was saying it looked like they talking about who ain't gonna be here no more. Do you think at that time Asia was saying, okay, well, look, watch, Becky, let me teach you or show you what it is I'm seeing? What's up, Jerome? What's up, MJ?
I mean,
they calling her Coach Asia. Let's go.
I'm gonna just say it like I said. When I went on that rant, I was hot. That rant, when I started going in on the assistant coaches and how they come up with this, they trying to use all this NBA terminology bullshit that ain't gonna work in the dub because they ain't not athletic enough to do what they're asking them to do. It don't take a rocket scientist to know this. It doesn't. But you have to understand, Becky. Hey, we have to change what we're doing, or we're gonna get the hell blew out every time because we wanted to keep on this bullshit. And a lot of it didn't even really come down to scheme schematic. It just came down to personnel aligning correctly, right? Who's guarding who on the floor. That's where the main issues came at. That part was wrong. And so when you hear from your star player saying, hey, this person should be guarding this person should be guarding this person, I wonder why. I wonder who you heard that from. Right? It's just certain things that just need to be tweaked, and they started to figure it out, right? Has it looked great at times? Hell yeah. Have they been more physical? Hell yeah. But at the same time, is it the finished product? No. There's still some growth to it. But they're figuring it out. Aces still haven't peaked yet, so that's the great thing about it. They still haven't peaked yet. They still haven't had that feel of Aces are back. And
what do you?
ready to go
I'm glad you said
anybody.
that. I'm glad you said that because Ace is only beating trash teams. What do you think about that?
I mean, how can you say it's trash teams when the teams that they beat are in the playoffs?
Rob, how many trash teams are there in the WNBA? How many trash teams are there in the WNBA?
I mean, one at best, if you want to say that. Because, I mean, a lot of this team is just because some of them just ain't being healthy. Every somebody come back, two people go down. You know what I'm saying? So it's just an injury bug. But I'll say one impossible.
Is that one Connecticut?
No, one is actually Chicago.
Really?
Because I think I just, for me, Connecticut threw a lot of games that they should have won over. They felt just lost the game.
Okay. So, Chicago a trash team because of the front office organization or because of the makeup of the team?
It's just a poorly constructed team. That's all.
Okay.
It's nothing more, nothing less to that. I think Connecticut is a better structured team.
Yeah, me too.
The record.
That's why I was asking if it was Connecticut.
The record doesn't indicate that just because of the injury bug. But if they had all these players healthy, at the beginning of the season with this roster, It'll be a different. It'll be a different situation. It don't matter if the sky. It don't matter if the sky was healthy. It's still poorly constructed.
So
like,
okay, and so my question was this. Okay, poorly constructed. Are they still poorly constructed if you make Angel the point forward earlier in the season?
It's still poorly constructed. They still don't have the pieces.
You still don't think they had a piece?
Yeah, there's nothing you can do. Right. When you look at Dallas and the moves they made, it's like, okay, I understand that, right? They traded away Dejounte and they traded away Nalyssa and they got better. How many times can you really say something? You trade players like that and get better. Understand how to construct a team. It's just that pieces just don't fit well together. It's okay. You gotta go to the offseason and figure it out. But I also think they did a poor job of like evaluating players, and that's just the bottom line to it. You got to figure out, you know what I'm saying, what you trying to do.
So then when you start talking about evaluating the players, that's when I look at the front office.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's just the pieces don't fit well together. It don't matter if they're healthy or not. They still wouldn't fit together. So based upon that, what are we doing?
All right, now. Oh wait, I don't want to. I'm gonna ask you about what they call in the 10 biggest games that will determine the WNBA playoff race. Okay. I'm gonna tell you the date and the game, and I want you to tell me the outcome and how you think the game goes. Unless you got another hot take before I start that.
No, I don't. But I mean, there's no LA coming.
Because I think as we talk about these, you may drop some hot takes. We gonna see.
Just know. All right, so I'll just get this how I feel that the playoffs gonna finish off. Right. I feel that the Aces will finish third, Atlanta will finish fourth, Phoenix will finish fifth, Los Angeles will finish seventh, Seattle will finish eighth, and Indiana will either be the 6th seed or they will be out.
All right, that's fair enough. Here we go. August 19th. It's going to be the last of 4 meetings between Minnesota and New York Liberty.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota's at New York.
Mm-hmm.
Lynx won the first 2.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to face off this Saturday, so we don't know how that's going to go.
Can
the defending champion Liberty get some traction against the Lynx, even without Breanna Stewart?
No. They're too soft.
Okay. All right. Oh,
and that was
first.
That was the biggest thing with last night's game with LA. LA just didn't come out being physical. They came out being physical and not just let them just cut and move and without bumping the cutter coming through the lane. And then when that game would have been different last night. It's just they allowed them to, roam and do whatever they wanted to do. That's what they lost. But this New York team is fucking soft. That's what it is.
If Cam Brink plays more than 5 minutes last night, I don't think LA loses.
If she didn't roll her ankle, I'll give you that.
Because I mean, it was just like it was a party line to the rack. It was straight runway. But now I'm gonna ask you this one thing too, and I also felt like with Cam back there, Natasha turning the corner on Julie wouldn't have been such a factor. But Julie, she was barbecue chicken with Natasha Cloud out there last night. I can't front. She could not keep Natasha Cloud in front of her last night. It was weird. We know they are not going to let the Indiana Fever miss the playoffs. Oh, that's the hot take. That's MJ.
Say who? No CC, no playoffs. Cess out of here, man. We don't need you.
Do you think they really want the Fever to go to the playoffs without CC?
Hey,
MJ?
No CC, get your ass out of here. That's what they go. Shake my hand. It's been real. Shake my hand. Move around, man. Like, hey, man, y'all ain't contributing no dollars to what's finna happen. Man, move around, man.
There go Coach Coleman. I don't know if you was in the chat. Coach Coleman was asking if he could come up today.
Oh yeah,
Coleman. I told him come on up. Then I forgot. at 12 o'clock when we were still talking to tell him. My bad, Coleman. Come on up.
Yeah, I ain't sure.
my bad, Coleman. I forgot we had Coleman out there at the party. Like we left him and didn't tell him we're trying to come for real. My bad, Coleman. Come on, Coach Coleman.
Now,
August 23rd. Oh, go ahead.
Here's what I'll say. If Indiana doesn't make the playoffs, that means Golden State's going to make the playoffs. That's what I'll say. Bro, hold on. Did you just say there's no way that the Aces can finish over the Dream? You know what the standings is, right? It's only a 2.5 game difference, right? You know you can make up 2.5 games with how many games are left, right? It's okay though. It's okay. I know you don't know what the standings look like, but you can make 2.5 games up with how many games is left. It's okay.
As long as Clark is on the bench, being the head coach or the associated head coach, they do not want that face out of the playoffs.
I don't see. Here's the thing, though. I don't got Clark coming back, so from that standpoint, they out the playoffs. like, that's where I'm at with it.
Nah, MJ said they're gonna put Clark in an Armani suit and have her with a clipboard.
Man,
she gonna be in these playoffs, Rob. That's what MJ said. She in these playoffs.
All right, so when we look back at their schedule last year and we look back where they finished at this year, you know what I'm saying? Was it a plus? That's all. And here's the thing though. So the person that said, the Aces can't, there's no way. Well, the Aces have to play Atlanta 2 more times before the season over with. But it's okay. It's okay. We gonna get there. Go ahead, Cess.
Man, I'm seeing so many. Before I get to this one, I'm seeing so many other things in the chat. I'm gonna ask you about.
Go ahead.
So,
Miss Hot Takes, baby, we here.
You saying they're gonna be swept out the playoffs like last year? I don't know who you talking about, Jeremy. You got to tell me. Fever will make the playoffs. They got Clark holding the Wilson basketball while wearing her signature shoes during the playoffs. Y'all determined to have her in the playoffs.
I don't know where y'all want her in the playoffs for.
Dream finishing better than the Aces in the playoffs.
How? Tell me the matchups. Who you got them matching up against?
And I was gonna ask you too with the Dream.
Who you got them matching up against? That makes a huge difference.
My question for you with the Dream too is how big is the Jordan Canada injury?
It depends on who they're playing. If they have to play like Indiana, it's not a huge. Like if it's currently Detroit, where the standings is, Atlanta's the 3rd seed and Indiana's the 6th seed. Canada's out. It doesn't hurt them. Now, if you're talking, Vegas being the 6th seed versus Atlanta, that could be a tremendous big difference, right? That could really hurt them. So it all depends on who the matchup is in the playoffs. For some teams, they don't need Jordan Canada to beat them, but certain teams they will. Right? What's the biggest issue that the Aces sometimes have is if you got a dominant point guard that can get down here that cause hell, you can cause real problems versus the Aces. If you don't have that, it's tough. So that's what I'll say. It just depends on the matchup. What up, Coach?
What up? Let me switch to my mic here.
Mic check 2 1 2.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, Coach Coleman during the daytime is woo. Hey man.
Yeah, had to break it up the schedule. Had to do self-care today.
There you go.
Yeah, had to break up the monotony.
So, Coach, how you feel about the Indiana Fever? Do you got them in the playoffs?
I understand the vastonomics of it and CC needing to be a so-called integral important part of it, but without them, I think they're good enough. If there's not any negative manipulation, I think they're good enough to be in the playoffs. I like how they play without CC. They move the ball, they spread the court out, they get the ball into the post, they play inside out. A lot of weight is not on AD, on Leah Boston when CC's not there. I think it's a balanced effort, and with Ari McDonald out, I'm not sure is that season ended with McDonald. I think.
Yeah,
maybe
season ended with McDonald and
so that will play. That will now you need point guard. I think by committee. Nobody sticks out to me that could do what McDonald can do as far as facilitating and just emotionally keeping them balanced and keeping them focused. And so that's just priceless. So yeah, it's disheartening to see McDonald go down like that because she's having a great season coming over the Fever. So you know what I always say, even in the midst of adverse conditions, great things that come to life. You know, you got a Natasha Howard type of story, just playing well in spite of all the messiness. So those are things I like to look at and highlight. It's because that's pretty tough situation for some of them to play under. But I'm gonna go ahead and pause on that note. But I believe they have enough to be in the mix. It's just if people leave them alone and let them play.
That's how I felt about that's how I felt about Paul. With Canada going down, I feel like it's a great opportunity for Paul, right? I think she's got put on the back burner because she's came back. Because Canada came back. This is the blessing in disguise they need because now you're just building confidence for Paul to take you into the playoffs. Well, now you understand you got true depth. Because foul trouble is going to happen. If somebody get in foul trouble, we got somebody that we can bring off the bench. So it's a great situation.
So, Jerome, I see you saying that Georgia Canada injury killed the Dream Championship because their backup guards and wings aren't dependable enough. How dare you? How dare you? Alicia Gray ain't dependable? That's their wing. Wait, hold on. That's their guard. What are you talking about? Tina Pau ain't dependable? How dare you? How dare you? They're not dependable enough? Alicia Gray ain't been nothing but dependable her whole career. I'm looking at her as an MVP this year. I went back and looked at every team she played on. This is who she been. The assistant, Alicia Gray.
Right.
Please explain.
Right.
Help me understand.
Right. That's right.
Help me understand. What? Yeah, how dare you? Yeah, hell yeah. How dare you? I don't fuck around about these Gamecocks. I told y'all since March 1st. I've been on demon time about them. What? Tahina is they backup. She the one that's just stepped up. She done showed you who they is. Man, okay. Okay. Now you saying they backups? Yeah, all right. They gonna show you. They gonna show you. How dare you? What? Oh.
Yeah, that was a loaded statement.
Yeah, you should. This should have said. This should have said. Except Tahina, she is the backup. So I didn't. That's what threw me off from the gate. Tahina is the backup guard. She has proven herself to be dependable. She's the one that just stepped up to be the starter. That's what the fact that you called out their backup guards was the one that had me be like, yeah, how dare you? Not at all. Yeah, Tahina is the backup. So yeah, that's my point. I don't never bet against a Gamecock, but let's go. Also, dream about to pick someone up. Just wait. Oh, they released somebody. Uh-oh.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Will they bring in another Gamecock?
Uh-oh.
Will they bring in another Gamecock? I don't know. It's probably not another Gamecock, but I'm interested to see who they pick up. But yeah, no. That backup guard, I bet on that backup guard every day and twice on Sunday. To hit a pow, pow, bow, bow. Yeah, every day, twice on Sunday. Okay, wait. What you talking about, MJ? Indiana Fever playing. Here come Bree Hall. Let's go. Indiana Fever. Their production won't be enough. Dependable to me means that they can win in the playoffs with them playing heavy minutes.
Hey man, this is a real. All right, so listen, I got.
Let me tell you something. Y'all might not respect what a national championship means, but it means something because everybody in the WNBA ain't got one. Tina Pau proven. She shot the lights out. She best 3-point. Man, all right. I'm here for it. I ain't saying they're gonna win the championship, but that ain't gonna be they won't be the reason. Go ahead, Rod.
So Cess, have you heard about the update about the Connecticut Sun sale?
What's the new thing now?
All right, so let's talk about this, right? Celtics minority owner offer stalls because commissioner never presented it to the WNBA Board of Governors. So you know the team was going to want to be sold. You knew somebody had an offer, but you didn't. You failed to present it. Make that make sense, right? So then, former Bucks CEO Mark matches the offer of $325 million. Wanted the team to move to Hartford, Connecticut, but yet again did not get presented to the board. Houston is the WNBA's preferred landing spot for the Suns. The WNBA would favor a deal with the Rockets owner, Fertitta, if he chooses and willing to match the sale price and pay the relocation fee.
But now, why?
That's what I'm like.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because if I sell to a Connecticut group, that's not an NBA-led group. That doesn't put another NBA-led team at the decision-making table for the CBA. They stacking their deck. They block every private-led group that they could have brought to the table where they could have stayed, where that would have had them in the minority at the decision-making table. They brought in three NBA groups. They brought in, now they say Houston is the next team. And all of a sudden, the only people, the people with the first right of refusal is the people that made the offers before. That was the NBA owners. They ain't fooling nobody. I told y'all, me and Political Lil ain't playing with y'all. When we tell y'all this is the biggest labor fight in the United States and it's going to spill over, y'all better pay attention. Go ahead, Rob.
So what I took from this, right, is because, the Celtics minority owner and a former owner, because you're not a current owner and you don't have the big percentage of it, oh, we don't want you. You ain't got good business. You got the money. Your business ain't good to sit at the table with us. We want people that's actually got ownership, real life owner, big time ownership for NBA franchise. And I think that's bullshit. Because there's too many people that's out here that's trying to help this thing grow and move it in the right direction, right? And because I see what you did to Candace Parker, right, and her group. I see what you did to Jason Tatum and their group. But now, y'all starting to move even more weird when you still got, I don't think that there should be any ownership from the NBA taking over WNBA franchises. That's my opinion, right? I haven't asked y'all what y'all opinion is about that, but I don't truly think that an NBA team should own a WNBA franchise. Go ahead.
I got a question before we even answer that. Can y'all tell me why is all these people offering all this money to get into something that don't make no goddamn money? Remember, WNBA don't make no money. These people are fighting to put 300, 400 million into something that don't make no money. It don't make no money. That thing don't make no money. Ain't made money in 28 years. These people is fighting over each other. They hand somebody 325, 400 million. That tell me what.
So riddle me this, right? Houston had the opportunity to get the franchise back in Houston, but they failed to match the $250 million that was offered, and that's how Cleveland got the franchise.
Political Lil, where you at? Can you hit the link and come up?
Like, I'm just
Lil, can you come up? I'm dropping the link. Can you come up? Go ahead.
I'm just trying to get this to make sense. So Houston didn't want to match the $250 million offer to be one of the four cities that they're expanding to. I mean, one of the three cities besides Cleveland, Detroit, and Philadelphia. They didn't want to match 250. But then you want to turn around and tell them that they can give you $325 million and pay, the relocation fee. What? Make this make sense to me. So you think I'm gonna give you more money and I didn't match the 250, but you think I'm gonna turn around and give you more money and pay a relocation fee when I could have gotten this at a cheaper price? Nah, dog. We ain't doing that one.
That's how people always mess up, trying to get the cheaper price.
But see, here's the thing. The league offered the 250. They offered them to match it. They chose to decline. So you think they're gonna come back and give you more money? When you offered to tell me I could pay 250 to get back in, but then you want me to go pay 325 and the relocation fee of a team currently? Oh man. They ain't doing that.
They will. They fighting over each other right now. Remember, there's a Connecticut group that wants to keep the team in Connecticut because of everything it does for the community.
Oh yeah, for
Then
sure.
Houston wanted to get in it. Then the WNBA said, you know what? Every team that, I think they said the shuttered teams get the first crack. So the Shot can buy the team, the Houston can buy the team, right?
Yeah, man, this is mad wild.
It's about this. I got plenty money, plenty money.
So 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 here's the thing, right? It's follow the money trail. So you have a situation where in politics and in sports, it is favoring administrative is favoring a certain ideology and a certain group of people, and so now this is what you call rigging the professional sports or trying to rig the professional sports economy for a certain amount of years because what's down must go up. And so now while you have something that's in what have something that is in negotiation and they still have money, it's still not at its peak. So it's for them to control the dynamics and for also the players and the majority of the players that have brought the WNBA to where it is. We always talk about black and brown women in the LGBTQIA community. That's the part. And so unfortunately, you just can't. They don't look at the will be great and who's great owners. They're looking at the preferences. They're looking at the friends that they have behind the scenes that they want to keep the money in a certain circle, and that's the reality of it, whether we like to admit it or not. And so we're still so. So the thing is very important how these negotiations are taking a stand on some of these absurd uh, absurd guidelines or what they want the players to sign to. So it's very important what's going on, and it could take them back, but they'll make money if that makes sense. And so I've never seen anything where you have someone giving their talent, giving their time, and you don't want to reward them with a portion of your share. Their body, they put so much mileage on their body, and so therefore, they really don't value the talent. Is really be quiet and play. That's really what they're saying by
Yeah.
the paper, by policy. That's what they're saying. They're not saying it out loud. They're saying it by the CBA proposals they're putting out. That's what they're saying. So
Yeah, open the books. Open the books. You say Houston was 50 million short on the bid. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to follow the money. They said before CCW was losing 10 million a year. Last year they said W lost 40 million, and somehow multiple groups are fighting to pay 300 plus million for a franchise. Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
They
All right,
only
we
want
already
you to
told
know
y'all.
what they want you to know.
Sharecropping in jerseys. We done told y'all.
Hey, just say that y'all lost 10 million in merchandise and don't just say as a whole because we know the truth now. We know the truth. You ain't gonna just keep buying into a losing product, dog. That just ain't gonna happen. I'm sorry.
I don't know where the people is that was telling us they was losing $2 billion a year. Can they explain why people are lining up to throw money at the WNBA franchises that lost millions? I got my hand up. Houston is connected to the Rockets, and Kathy said they got them on the next round. They want them to buy the Connecticut team, actually. Then they do. Yeah, open the books. Open
Oh
the books.
yeah. That's what they pushing for. That's why they keep trying to turn down everybody that's trying to buy the Connecticut. And people are willing to offer double the price to take that Connecticut team to what Houston trying to give you.
Mm-hmm.
But y'all just too afraid to make the move. They don't care, man. You can put up 500 million up there. They still gonna turn it down. Put up 750. They still gonna turn it down. Well, then here's the thing. You sell this franchise, right? Where does the money go? What do you do? What do you do with that money back into the league?
Oh, so we broke that down. Lil. So I don't want to say it incorrectly, but there's a certain way that they break it down where the rest of the owners take a windfall from that payout, right? It's split amongst the owners. So they take a one-time like balloon payment, balloon come up for selling the team. So they had like 3 balloon come up for they ready for the holidays around this thing, man. 1, 2, 3 Cancun. When you want to go? What? It doesn't go back into the league.
That's what I'm saying.
It goes into their pockets, to the other owners' pockets. Like, you bought in, pay us for letting you in the club. But I don't want to misquote the percentages, because Lil did that research.
No, it ain't about the principle. It's just I don't care about the percentage. It's just the principle of who actually getting the money. You know what I'm saying?
That's how it works.
That's the part I want people to think about. Who's getting the money?
Not the merchandising, Lil. When the team buys into the league, that $250 million, how they split it, and then the owners take that lump sum payout. Go ahead.
No, I brought about the merchandising. I'm saying when somebody made a comment about the league center, $10 million, just state what that $10 million that y'all lost from, because it's not a total overall that y'all lost $10 million. That's not true. It's what was it? And I just use an example as, was it y'all invested in $10 million worth of merchandise and y'all didn't get y'all return on investment on it? Just say that. Then say y'all lost $10 million.
If they did that, they crazy as hell, because they the ones that said the shit was sold out. Now how you lost some money on some shit that sold out?
Yeah, but I use merchandise. I just use merchandise.
No, I get you. It could be soda pop lids. It could have been whatever it is. You want them to attach it to something. It can't just be we lost $10 million on what? Because if you tell us what it's on, then we can figure out how not to lose $10 million next year.
Correct.
Yeah, we will fix that problem. I'm with you.
Give me, I'm about solution, man. Give me a solution to the problem. Don't tell me the problem. Give me what's your solution to the problem, right? Don't come nagging, complaining, trying to argue with me about the problem. How can we fix the problem? What is the problem, and how can we fix it? That's all I care about.
So the problem is you got to pay them what you owe them.
True. So how do we fix the problem?
Boy, Sadala, what's up? What's up, man? Hit me up. I'm glad to see you over there on the Instagram, fam. Let me know if you're in Detroit. I need to holler at you. Appreciate the support. Go ahead.
How do we fix the problem? We know we got to pay them. So how do we fix it? What portion of would she get to the players?
So here's the thing. As we've been breaking this down on the series, me and Leo on the on Polysports Tea Time. What it is it's giving them the 50% of the basketball related income that they've earned. You cannot say that there are 10 streams of income that come in to the WNBA and then say we're gonna give you 25% up to 25% on 3 of them. No, they all they're asking for is the same type of deal that the men get, and all of y'all get up in arms like they don't need $250 million. They're not Steph Curry. They didn't ask for that. What they asked for was the same 48 to 50% of the revenue that they make, whatever that is. If it's $10, they want 5 of it. If it's $10 million, they want 5 million of it. Whatever that is. If it's $1, they want 50 cents of it. They want 50 cents on the dollar of everything you make basketball related income. Fair enough?
Fair enough. I ain't gonna hold you. If the players really start to hold their foot down about this merch stuff, I promise you, they have way better merch. They do way more advertising. They have better outputs at games around the merch. It'll be so much things that'll be a lot better. Cause you see what it look like with the Aces. And you come into a game and how they just popped up a shop. You know what I'm saying? They would put more accountability into those type of things if they start that money go to the players. But because the money don't go to the players, it needs to go to the owners and whatever they want to do with it. This is why where it's at.
Man. So to me, it's way more than that.
No, I'm just using that as an example. I know that. I'm just using that as an example.
If the WNBA leaves so much money on the floor, they leave so much money on the floor, it don't make no sense. The windfall that they take is probably what they're putting in as loss to every season. Think about it.
Well,
could be.
I think they choose to stay within a certain economic circle, so it's not a loss. It's not what they don't want to be affiliated. I mean, I think as far as how when you have mutual funds and they say, what do you want? Do you want aggressive or moderate or slow kind of thing? And so usually when they say slow is meaning a conservative one, and so I think it's just per preference, economical wise. And so some people, when they stick to their ideology, they're willing to take a loss for their personal gain, in that sense. And so that's where it gets kind of on the outside, us looking in, it may look blurry to them, but they know with the smoke and mirrors they're sent. They know what it's doing for them.
FM say cut them reparation checks. Now, that's the other thing.
Right.
When you open up, when you finally open up the books and you find out that you paid Big Drip, Cheryl Swoops, and all of them less than minimum wage damn near at that time, are you gonna go back and correct it?
Retro pay, right?
Retroactive to 1997. Are y'all ready for that? But see, I know, and Gamecocks fam, Gamecocks was the one was pushing from the beginning. I'm like, Gamecocks fam, no strike for what? And then it made me have to get into the political. Like, Gamecocks fan was the one that like pushed me into the political part of this. Like, come on, Gamecocks, I don't want to. The Gamecock fan was like, strike, 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 strike. And then I got to talking to Political Lil and really like digging into, like, I didn't even realize like the CBA is just available online. If you want to read it, read it. You can download it and read it. It's not fun reading, but it's interesting. Yeah, I came around. Seriously, I had to come around, and it was about like, yo, what is the responsibility of being on this platform, and then who we said we are. So you start talking to Political Lil, you start getting into it, and it's like they do have the leverage, and it may not even be a strike that they got to take. Rob, what do you think about them taking the WNBA to court?
They should, because you want to look at, you need to, because here's the thing. Once you take them to court, guess what has to happen? They have to open the books. You have to.
Absolutely.
You get to see everything. There's nothing you can hide, because guess what? Your lawyer gonna request for all that stuff to get open. And so
Discovery, baby, Discovery. Yeah. I ain't been watching all this Snap.
Yeah.
First 48. Let me tell you something. I got a legal degree, baby, off TV. I'm ready. Discovery, baby. We were on all this.
Let's go. Oh my goodness.
Rob, how long are you prepared to go without WNBA basketball?
As long as it needs to happen. As long as until
y'all let me know in the chat too.
Like, honestly, it's not even about how much you're gonna miss. I mean, how much you're gonna miss it. It's about the fairness and the rightness of the players, right?
Exactly. Let's go.
The time, the sweat, the equity that they put into it, right? And I get tired of hearing people saying that, hey, the WNBA players shouldn't get paid this and that, this, and the third, but you the same people that's there supporting them, right? And so your hard-earned dollar going to an owner that you don't even know, but you know the players though.
Y'all both businessmen.
And so
y'all both sign contracts.
So here's my thing. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna when it comes to your hard-earned dollar being paid to the owners, right? What do the owners give back to you when you come to a game? They don't even run their promotions throughout the season. So, mind you, how much profit they taking, and they don't even put none of their profit back into the people that actually come to attend the games.
Oh yeah. So yeah, I got a legal degree off TV. We did a story. We did a recorded show on the 9%. But you guys are both businessmen up here, right? You guys signed contracts. When was the last time you signed a contract with some milestones or deliverables that weren't defined?
Never.
Never.
Ever.
That's always the expectation. Yeah.
So imagine that you negotiate, because one of the things, this is one of my favorite corporate sayings right here, Coach. You're gonna love this one. I did it in good faith. My good faith effort, bro. Understand? In good faith, I sat down and talked to you about this contract. Don't worry, y'all. I know some corporate stuff sometimes too. I ain't silly all the time. So listen, in good faith, they sat down and negotiated this contract. They said, hey, we don't got 25% to give you right now, but we're gonna work up to 25% from this day forward. And in good faith, they signed this contract. Okay, now it's 5 years later. They ain't gave them 25% yet. They ain't worked up to giving them 10% yet. But you know what else they haven't done? They still haven't defined the deliverables. So you like, hey, if you hit this milestone, we'll move it up to 25%. And every time you show up with your paperwork, they like, good job, but it's not enough for 25% yet. Well, how much more? How much more do I need to do to get to the 25%? I will let you know, kid. Pat you on your head and send you on your way. What the hell is that about?
So
this is why they got to stand on business right now.
That's because, you know why that happened? It's because you never seen the books, and they ain't gonna show you the books. They got it. But if you don't ever know what the books look like, so because here's the thing, right? When they put that in there 5 years ago, what was the books 5 years ago to what it is right now?
We was working on them. We was Rob. There you go. Now we was doing our books on paper. Now we just got QuickBooks. We transferring from paper to digital. We're gonna let you know in a minute. They told you.
Ain't no let me know. Let me see the documents, right? Because you know what I mean. You're not because here's the thing where y'all failed at, right, in the WNBA, right? When y'all say all these ladies got to have a degree before they come to the dub, now all these ladies finna work against you. Now y'all need to put all y'all brains together with all these degrees that y'all got and lawyer you up. And hey, whatever that lawyer fee is, hey man, y'all can go triple that to get that out the dub because they gonna get it. They got the money to get it to you. Don't worry about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is sharecropping model. That's what we've been talking about. It's just like at the end of the sharecropping season. You came down with all your crops, man. You like, hey, Mr. John for sure won't give us 200 this year. We doing good. You got down there, Mr. John was like, yep, you did 200, but remember you had the tractor was broke and it rained that one day and $25 by the time you get finished with Mr. John. You left out with $25 fooling around with Mr. John. $300 worth of crops. This is what's going on. And I'm laughing sometimes to keep from crying because think about what all these women they put in. Think about how they move. Think about the fact that, like I told y'all, some of them ain't even got a locker of their own. They riding around with a crate in the back of their car with their practice clothes in it. A go bag. Who keeps a go bag for practice? That's a professional.
You shouldn't have to. That's
go bag. Who is paying for extra membership at a gym because you can't lift weights at your team facility?
Crazy.
These women is doing all of this for their second job, as Candace called it, because their real job is in Russia, in China, in Unrivaled, in AU, where they can really keep their lights on. But they showing up every day for the opportunity to be able to be a professional basketball player, female in the United States and not having to go anywhere else. And people are okay. People get in the chat and are angry with you saying pay them what you owe them. How? How dare you? That's my new thing too. How dare you? How dare you? It's like that they don't deserve what they own. What if that was your sister, your mama, your daughter, your cousin?
Oh, they'd be hot.
Hot like Rob was. Hot. I'm hot. Hot. They're gonna be hot like that. No facility standards. I just found out they ain't even no rookie symposium. They didn't even tell you how to come into their league. Just show up. You just get a letter. That just made me so mad. They don't even do a full orientation. What are we doing? Now to see them in New York after the draft, they go up on the Empire State Building to take some pictures and all that. But where is the real meat and potatoes about how to be successful in this league?
Nope. Right.
Hey, Coach Coleman, she damn near hung up the phone when she asked me that question. It ain't we laughing about it, but it ain't funny though.
It ain't nothing.
Yeah, when I said laugh to keep from crying, I mean that.
Yeah. It's sad. It's in 2025. It's still a sad state of affairs. It really is.
Y'all tell me the last WNBA player you heard say I retired my mama and paid off her house before Angel Reese. This league been around 30 years. This dude's leaving college, ain't played a game in the NBA, cashing their whole family out. I'm serious. But before Angel, who said it? Money laundering, and then let's not actually talk about how this money getting subsidizing to the NBA side too. I'm ready for the combo because when you open the books, you got to talk about it. Drip said in her Obama interview this morning that her Temple head coaching job was her second job. She needed to make ends meet. Yeah, and it just so happened she didn't have to spend no money trying to recruit because she could just tell them come on down and watch her play.
Right.
That was Dawn's recruiting trip. Stop by Temple and then pull up at my game. I'm in the WNBA. You want to play for me or what?
It's exploitation. It works.
Yeah. Can you imagine that? Dawn Boyer riding the people up to Charlotte, 10-hour drive to see Dawn play because she was the assistant coach. It's exploitation of a majority of black women who play in the league. Absolutely. Lurking at work with my headphones on. What's up, Vito? I don't just here we are. But I mean, think about that. Do y'all think Dawn Staley made $200,000 playing pro basketball in the
No,
WNBA?
no, not during her time.
Cheryl Swoops. Cheryl Swoops went
No.
broke in front of the world. Remember?
Yeah.
They put all her business out there. It's like, dang, y'all ain't paying her nothing. But y'all had all of them. Y'all had all of them requirements. They had to be other than who they was. So they had to buy the clothes they wanted to wear, and then buy the clothes you wanted them to wear. They had to get their hair done how they wanted to wear it, but they had to get their hair done how you wanted it to look on your show. You weren't paying for none of that.
Why not? And as far as this league has advanced, right? They should have a rankings like the top 30 players in WNBA of all time. Or never. Let me take it back. They should have a percentage laid out each year to give back to the former players that really put the work in to elevate this league to where it is now.
Man, bro. Oh, you know what? I agree with that. And you know what else? I felt like every WNBA former player still living need to get them a pay us what you owe us shirt. And everybody need to show up with a pay us what you owe us shirt because they owe everybody.
Yeah. The people that really got this thing going, got it off the ground, right? They couldn't elevate to where it is right now, but they had a tremendous impact, right? What about these players that's played 10 to 15 years in the league that ain't received nothing, right? What are you doing for those players? What are the health benefits after they retired? What type of benefits do they got? Like, those are the real conversations that need to be had because they put all their blood, sweat, and tears and took probably so much heat, so much bagging, so much racial slurs being said at them, and it didn't matter what color the player was, but it's something that should be paid like to them.
And I'm not gonna call no names. I'm not gonna call no names, but I hear older or former WNBA players dealing with mental health issues. Ain't got no support around that. Physical issues. Body breaking down on them. No health insurance for that. What are they supposed to do? They gave their bodies. They gave their bodies to this league. They got their bodies to this league, and then we got some people sitting around faking injuries. Making top dollar. Never mind. I digress. I don't want to go there.
Said, though. I mean,
it's the truth. Though. It's the truth. Not even real injuries. Pretend injuries, and here you have people that
gave they whole bodies. They whole bodies. It's people. Y'all make fun about how Donnie legs look, right? But think about if she would have had the therapy and the care and the recovery back then. What her legs would look like now, right? That's because of what she gave this game. That's because of what she gave this game. I just thought the love of it.
Right.
Yeah, they need the benefits. I don't know. Is it the NFL that has the best health benefit model? Which one have the best health benefit model? I don't know. I remember the NFL having some back and forth a few years ago about who the former players getting retirement and CTE and medical and all of that going back to former players. But
if I had to put my money on who got the best, it's probably baseball or soccer.
Okay.
One of those two leagues. Because guess what? You don't never hear about nobody complaining over there about no health issues. It's always basketball and football players that do the most complaining. So if I had to put my money on it, and that's without looking at everybody's health benefit packages, it's probably gonna be soccer or baseball.
Okay. And I see say MLB. I think NFL with the NBA is good too. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's just. I mean, damn. I can't go to the doctor.
Right. Urgent care.
Damn, I can't pay like a copay. I gotta pay.
I can't even get I take a doctor on the phone, the little mobile doctor. God damn, let me see somebody though. Right. It was just like, I get too graphic sometimes. Let me see another way to say it. I don't know another way to say it. It's like they basically like they just hold them. Like the WNBA is this big ass pimp, and and it's time to stand back up. Like you're not gonna just, bro. I don't got to give my money to you. And it's coming to a head right now, especially because they ain't never seen nothing like these young people coming in here now. They thought Angel, they seen Angel, and then Kiki Ola came here body slamming folks. Angel came in here, took a clothesline, and stood up and was like, "Thank you." They was like, "We ain't never seen nothing like that. Who is she? What is she made of?"
Right.
Angel was like, "Thank you, and I'm gonna be better. Let's go. Take the ball out." And then Kiki Ola showed up and body slammed the next one, and it was like, okay, they different.
Right.
So
yeah, you want to keep playing in her face.
What's coming next is, oh man, we got money. This ain't about the money. This is about how you treat me, and this is going to be about young women that are coming from situations where they've been treated like, I forget who pointed it out for me, like rock stars. They flying on private jets. Somebody getting that, I see them walking up, getting on their jets. They eating. I don't even remember who it was. Looked like she had a steak plate and a lobster plate in front of her, and was just gonna eat off what she wanted. Like, go ahead, Rob.
You know the most interesting thing behind all this is that the W is not hurting the future of the W. They're hurting the people that's from the past.
Mm-hmm.
Because the people in the future, all those people that's coming to the league, they already got money. So you can't tell them nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You've been so used to being able to get over on people because they couldn't make money in college. Now that you can really come from that, and that's why Angel is so important in this, because all the money that she got and was able to make from the NIL era. Now you can't go around and start barking orders. You can't go around and start barking orders because it's like, what? Listen, right. I got more money in the bank than what you got, and you coaching me. What are we talking about?
But I told y'all, it's something. Right, they walking around with the coach's salary in their backpack. Yeah. I cash you out right now. Shut up.
So it's like
I cash you out right now. Shut up.
So yeah,
the whole year.
So yeah, the things that they really fighting for, and this is why and this is why it's so powerful, is because it's not about right now, but it's about taking care of people that took care of you in the past and branching it off to the future.
Political Lil said in Major League Baseball, you only got to play 43 days to qualify for a pension benefit. That's better than the military.
Yeah. I told you baseball up there, because baseball got
Coach Coleman.
Yeah. Baseball got guaranteed.
Can you teach me? Which one of y'all can teach me how? Which one of y'all can teach me how to hit? I can do 43 days right now.
I got to get up. Yeah, I coach.
Yeah. I don't.
Just swing the hips.
You don't got to play. Do I got to get in every game?
No, you can be designated hitter.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I might can do 43 days right now. I might can do 43 days right now.
Toss. We got to do toss sauce. Soft toss, and then we got to do hit against the fence.
It's hand-eye coordination, huh?
Yeah. And no irking, like Rob said. Yeah.
So open up the heels.
And we're gonna get into a real conversation about NIL, and because I want to make sure that we clear. NIL is not going away. NIL doesn't go away. What goes away maybe potentially is collectives. What happens with NIL is they have to now go through a clearinghouse to be basically, I guess they have to confirm that that's an actual product that they're gonna sell. So NIL is not going away.
So it basically anything that's over 600 bucks.
Over 600 bucks. Yeah, revenue sharing will be here, and then there are states that are now filing lawsuits to keep their collectives around. So I don't know that it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get interesting.
Who could pay the most? It's always gonna come down to who could pay the most. Some way, somehow.
You say you a future Atlanta Brave down there? I'm saying sign up. Go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
Hey, listen, I tell people all the time, man, if I had to do everything back over again, I would become a baseball player. I would say the hell with football, basketball, all that. And man, give me that baseball contract. It's guaranteed. It's gonna come with the best.
Golf. Tennis or golf seem like the way to go for me, Rob.
Well, see, here's the thing. I'll say baseball because they got a lot more roster spots than anybody else.
Well, see, for the For the guys, for sure.
Yeah.
They ain't paying like that in softball. So we got to try to get into tennis, where Venus them was at. Get over there in the golf or something. The Yankees need a pitcher. That's what I'm talking about. Let me see if CC can help me. You know, me and CC both. Well, CC a Red Hawk. I'm a Apache, but Sabathia was old Vallejo High graduate. Let me see if CC can get me right. You got to get used to the sound of the ball coming at you at about 90 to 100. I want to hear that. But you know what else? One of my favorite. You know, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Why I even play MLB on PlayStation? Because I like the crack of the sound of the bat when he hit the ball on a home run. Ain't nothing like it. Smack. That's why I play. Deloitte in charge of the clearinghouse. Oh goodness. Kathy was at Deloitte? Really? Oh, this got more interesting. All right. Okay, I don't know. Where we at now?
Playoffs where we was at. You asking questions. That's how we transition to this next subject. So whatever the next question you had on board.
Y'all didn't have no more hot takes on this one? Because I go back. But this is always a good talk. This is a every time we get a chance to talk about this, we will. Brothers need to get back into baseball. Wish they revived the Negro League. Yeah, you know what? And then how you think brothers still playing baseball until they open up their mouth. You'd be like, what he say? Where he from?
They'd be like, man,
that's not a knock on them. That's not a knock on them. Like my Dominican brothers that play, all my Hispanic brothers that play. Like, hey, I don't knock that. Let me tell you something. It ain't too many people It ain't too many people I like better in baseball than Big Papi. Big Papi funny as hell. I look for him on TV. But we used to play baseball. That was a pastime.
For America, they just got a lot of how would I want to put this?
Oh wow.
More of the black culture look at baseball as weak, right? Because it's boring, it ain't really entertaining. But what they don't realize is if you ever want the most guaranteed money in your life, baseball the way to go. If you really want to set your team up, your family, your team up for success, baseball is the way to go. Everybody thinks that, man, football can get you out, basketball can get you out, which is true, but your percentage of making it to one of those upper echelon leagues is lower and lower than it is with baseball. Now, here's the problem, and they're starting to fix the problem, is when you go to play baseball in college, they didn't have that many scholarships. So you had to pay for school. So you had to go play football. You had to go play basketball to get the scholarship money at the collegiate level. Now that the whole revenue sharing pieces came apart in college, now they have more scholarships. So now with them having more scholarships, now that's going to push another generation, another wave of people coming into the sport to actually play the sport, because it's not so much financial bagging on people to play in college.
Hey, listen, it's five pro sports leagues around here. It's 5 pro sports leagues around the state, right? MLB, Major League Soccer, NBA, NFL, NHL. I don't know how many jobs in each. It ain't thousands, right? And it used to be that it was thousands of computer science and other type of jobs that we could go get. And let me tell y'all something. Y'all better figure it out. AI is real. It's knocking down jobs. And these opportunities in sports is hard to get to. Figure out I tell these kids, figure it out. Get them locked in. Learn your AI or lock in on your sport. But hey, these jobs coming up scarce out here. You gotta know you better know what your skill set is.
All right, so in the pay, I see you put this comment that baseball more.
Who you got? Who you got? Where you at?
In the pay sports media,
okay,
saying baseball is more expensive. Explain to me what's more expensive. I just want to get to the realm of what more expensive is, because when you talk about just a baseball bat and a glove, all right, let's get into football, right? You gotta pay for your kid to be on that team. You gotta pay for the equipment. Then you want to go out there and make sure your kid look good. So that means that that's cleats that you're buying, there's extra Under Armour gear that they're wearing, the sleeves, the gloves, all that. So by the time you add all that stuff up, it's gonna come out more. Now let's go to basketball. If you want your kids to play on a competitive AAU team, you got to pay for the tournaments, you got to pay for practice, you got to pay for travel, you got to pay for the kids' uniform, you got to pay for some new pair of shoes, you got to pay for the jersey. So by the time you add all that stuff up, you're going to come out paying more money than a baseball player. So you could say that, but when you start to add up what society is right now and everything that you're paying for just for your kid to attend a program, it's going to either be the same or less for baseball. Just saying. But go ahead, Cess.
I mean, and when we say, y'all let me know when you say expensive. Cooking with DC Sports, keep them coming. Keep them coming. I'm adding up over here. I got my calculator going. You making my point for me.
Yes.
So you get a bat, gloves, some cleats. You gonna want your little expensive how, right? When we say more expensive than the other sports, is there a dollar amount we can put on that? I'm talking even before you get to play on a team. Anyone can afford a ball, and there are courts everywhere. That's not the same for everybody. Kid trying to even get into baseball.
Well, I disagree because baseball is not a sport that you're gonna go. If as a parent you're not into baseball, more likely your kid's not gonna be into baseball, right? I grew up. My dad was into baseball, so I watched baseball from a different standard. I watched and played a lot of baseball. You know what I'm saying? I went to places where they play baseball. But if you're not into that, it's easy for kids to put into basketball or football because the kids in your neighborhood probably would prefer to do that over baseball. It's just
let's be honest.
You know what I'm saying? What it is.
Let's keep it a book. You take 18 people to play baseball. 9 on 9. Take 18 people to get out there and play baseball. It's hard enough to get 5 on 5, okay? That's the hardest part, getting 18 people together to play the baseball. Like you got to go find 17 friends in your neighborhood to be able to play baseball. I don't think it's the expense of it, though. I just think it's putting together the whole team, ain't it?
I would rather you say that because that's like then, right? You from baseball, right? You can get them same people who play kickball. You know what I'm saying? Like, but people don't even go play kickball nowadays. Like stuff that we grew up doing and playing, they don't do that nowadays. Your kids barely even come outside. So you telling me to tell them to go play baseball? Like, they don't even come outside. They be on a video game more than they be outside.
Now, what I will say, what I think about baseball more than anything else is the access to it. Not even the expense of it, the access, right? So my nephew loved baseball. Well, by the time he got to high school to play baseball, to a school where there was a program where he could play, where you didn't have to be like find a team near you to play. Those kids had already been playing baseball since T-ball.
Yep.
So they're so far advanced. The work that you have to do if you're introduced at high school or at the end of middle school to be able to catch up with those players can be discouraging. I think more so than it's more expensive. It's the access. Do I have a local Babe Ruth league that I'm coming up in as a kid? Because Babe Ruth went away. You know what I'm saying? In my city, they trying to bring Babe Ruth back right now. So I think it's the access. Like it further out, depending on where you at, they probably got those programs.
Out, the more suburban you go, the better the resources are for us playing baseball. That's what.
More so than it's too expensive. I think it's the access, but I could be wrong. But
no.
It's the levels too.
Yeah. You hit right on the head. It's just the access of being able to play it, right? You go in the hood, man. Ain't nobody think about putting up no bat. Try to put a bat up against somebody's head, but that's about it. So the accessibility of being able to go do things and be out there, but it also comes to, are you willing to allow your kid to try new things at a younger age? Like a lot of these people have a notion of they're trying to force their kids to play a sport that they might not even love. Or might not have the funds to afford them to go play these sports. So it's a bunch of cases in there. The only thing about the job situation that I'll say about that, like for baseball, like baseball actually has more job opportunities than football does. Even though there's 30-some teams because they have 3 layers of minor leagues, right? So just imagine you got each club, right? and then under it you got AAA, you got AA, you got single A, and each
Oh
team
yeah, the
has
opportunities.
yeah. So the opportunities for baseball is a much higher than anybody else that you could put out there.
Yeah. Jerome say I was in a majority white area in Virginia this past weekend, and all the schools, fields, and courts were open for residents on the weekends.
Yep.
Not the same in the black community. Man, you lucky if it's a rim up, bro. Is the gate open? Is it it ain't even a good chain up on the rim. Is it a backstop? Bro, what?
You know that,
Is the building still standing, or am I, or are we trying to play in a field where it was where a bando used to be?
yeah,
This
the
is what we
Nets
talking
missing.
about.
If the Nets ain't missing,
Net
it's
for sure.
halfway missing.
Net for sure gone. Somebody might have came and got that good chain
Yep.
link they had put in there. But I wanted to throw this out there. Thank you, Cooking with DC Sports. I'm gonna just keep this about the men. 4,056 professional sports jobs in America across the leagues. 4,056 jobs. 4,056. It's 306,000 men playing college sports. Think about that.
Yes, probably they're probably sports. Their minor leagues actually pay. Like you actually can make some money in the minor leagues in baseball.
Yeah. Not only that, here's the other thing.
Some real money. Not no fake money. Some real money.
Somebody else made a
millionaire.
point. Somebody else made a point. You can make a real good living being a practice squad player or a semi-pro player. Like it's other stuff that you can do around the game.
Not semi-pro.
It depends. It depends on where you go. I didn't say get rich, make a good living. Do you want to play basketball?
You can't. I mean, I wouldn't say no. I would say no to that.
Why you say that?
Because not every. See, the thing with semi-pro is like half the league gonna be like people that should have went pro, but they couldn't get it right. You know what I'm saying? They just can't get right. And then half the league is like, man, we just out here, so they don't really care if you get hurt or not. So they're doing things. So the equity and the time that you put into it, you at a higher rate to get hurt. So for you to make a good living off of it, that's the standpoint where it'll backfire. But
yeah, it may be it could be a risk to how healthy you stay. I ain't gonna hold you, but from what I understood, you can move around the world and live all right.
Oh yeah, nah. If you go overseas now, that semi-pro could turn into a real pro contract now, because they'll pay for you. Yeah, they'll pay for you now. But like I'm talking about in America, no. But if you're talking about
okay, well, yeah, no. I wasn't limited
overseas,
to just here.
Yeah, if you're talking about overseas, if you go play semi-pro, that's going to learn more than likely turn into a pro contract. So that pro contract, you can be making anywhere from upward of 100,000 to 500,000, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So it could be a real good payout. But in America, no, it's just not feasible for the head.
Oh yeah, no, you gonna have to travel around. You gonna have to travel around for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, let me get back to our 10 games that's gonna determine playoff.
That was good. That was a good discussion.
So we got the Liberty at the Atlanta Dream. Atlanta then won 5 in a row, 7-8. 3 victories over Phoenix. They got Phoenix numbered. 8 of final 11 regular season games at the crib for Atlanta, which is kind of cool. It seemed to favor Atlanta, but then you got Jordan Canada out. If they win, though, they would level the series, because I think New York won 2 of the first 3. So, what do y'all think about that game?
I think it's a. I'm not gonna say it's a must win because if Story don't play, Atlanta should tie the series up. And I think even if she came back, and that's her first game, they still should win that game. Well, I think this is just all about position, right? Them beating New York, bumps them down to a 3rd seed. So now it's, how much did it really change from 2 to 3? Really not much, but 2 to 4 changes a lot. who you play in that second round. So I think most of these, well, if you look at Atlanta, Phoenix, and the Aces are all trying to push New York to the fourth seed. That's gonna be their goal. So then they have to play Minnesota in that second round. So it could be very vital for Atlanta for sure. Coach, how you feel?
I like Atlanta. I like Atlanta. I like where they at. I think they have an advantage going up against New York. I think they got a lot of energy, they got a lot of confidence, a different look. And so again, most of the time Alicia can get hot, but sometimes I think that the scary part about Atlanta dream sometimes you don't. There's others that you're not expecting to go on a heater for that's like adds to what they already do well, and so that's a plus for this year. And then I think you got to keep your eye on how Ryan Howard comes back, how to implement Ryan Howard. I don't think she's quite. I don't even think she's 75%. You know, to me, just looking on the outside, and so I'm concerned for that because it really looks like that she's starting to really fall into a different type of mode of play, kind of mode of play with the new coaching staff. And it was unfortunate that Ryan Howard had this type of injury. It was really something she couldn't play through. She had to do more rehab. So, yeah, I just like to see her talent in a healthier situation for her. So, but but I don't. Yeah, so that's where it is. And then BG is BG. It's not a rim protector, but I call it distract. It's different. It's more like a distract, helps distract the rim, but not a rim protector. And then add some type of offensive threat to the post where you have to kind of what they call pinch down. You got to pinch down in the paint, which opens up the shooting lanes. And so when you have a team that knows how to spread the ball out, know how to uh, have post entry pass be a threat, and have the post be a threat or seem like a threat, then that opens up your cutting lanes. Cutting to the basket, your backdoor cut. So so Smethko has some brought the college depth of wisdom and is working for him at the pros. So I'm not going to play him short. He has a lot of time in pro, X's and O's in the pros and working with um, young adults. And so sometimes everything lines up for you, and the players work in your favor, and the players believe in what you're doing, and right place at the right time. That's respect. But when I first saw the hire, I didn't think it was going to work. It didn't pass the eye test. I got to be honest.
Hey, I mean, there you have it. I mean, I think for me, with Ryan Howard, I think I would rather her rest and just sit out because I don't think they had an issue. It wasn't like they were losing games while she was out. They're actually winning, right? But some way, somehow, man, I don't know what it is in Atlanta. They're like they got this like injury bug thing. Like soon as somebody come back healthy, somebody else go down. Like I just don't know. I don't know how they figure out that if it's the trainers down there or what it is, but somehow, some way in Atlanta, somebody goes down. So I do think Ryan Howard came back too early for me. My preference, I think they should have let her, a couple more weeks. And her trying to not play with a knee brace, I think it's kind of, you know, it's more of a mental thing than a lot of the things because when kids start wearing knee braces, they start to mess with their head. They can't cut, they can't do this instead of just playing basketball.
Right, right. It gives me a psychological at that point for sure. Um, Also, I'm going to go back to what you said. I think you're going to see by default Pow time. Pow Pow time, just based on some of the injuries and some of the situations they have in the locker room as far as injury wise. So sometimes it's your time by default because it's just things you can't control. So and the thing is, I think Pow Pow is ready, and this is the moment that she's been looking for. She can't start. Pow Pow started off pretty and trending in the right direction. And focus until, I think the concussion really is kind of what, when she hit that concussion protocol, and then they went in a different direction as you get what they call it, as you get into the depth of your schedule, right? Uh, so
I think all right, you hit it right there in the head. So, um, I don't know what the actual next question is, but
what's the next
um,
game? The next 10 games.
yeah, I don't. It's 10 important games that she had on.
Okay.
That says her.
Oh,
So
did
I
she
don't know.
have?
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
know what the next important. But when you look at the playoffs currently constructed, which matchup would you be most excited seeing first round?
Would
So
be honest.
I give the
Go
matchup
ahead.
so just for clarity for people. So right now, if the playoffs started today, you have Minnesota versus Seattle. You have New York versus Golden State, Atlanta versus Indiana, Phoenix versus the Aces.
Ooh, that Phoenix Aces. I think that will be something else. The way the Aces are starting to put it together and find themselves, I think that will be something else.
And so here's my thing. I like that series, but I don't think that series is gonna be. It's gonna play out to be that serious as the first round. I think one of these teams are gonna bump up, so they don't have to play each other. One of these teams are gonna stay neutral. And so I got Phoenix staying neutral. I got the Aces bumping up ahead of
Okay.
Atlanta. That's how I got it seeing right now. Now, if Atlanta goes out and beats New York, and then we go out and beat Atlanta. I could see New York being the fourth seed, Aces being the third seed, and Atlanta being the second seed. So I could see that scenario with Phoenix bumping down to the fifth seed. I think Phoenix is going to be the fourth or fifth seed, so that's kind of where I got them at. Aces is going to be anywhere from 3 to 5, possibly pushing for 2, because it's only a 3 game difference between 2 to 5. It's only a 3 game difference. Those could be made up because the Aces do have to play New York and they do have to play Atlanta twice. So those game that three game spread that they got can be made up. So it's not like it's something that can't be made up. But I think the standings is gonna look a lot different by the time we get to the end of the season. So I'm definitely
Um,
with you on Phoenix versus the Aces if we get that as a first round matchup. How that could be an exciting series. I just wanted them to not play each other the first series.
right, right. But we have no control over that, and
Yeah.
sometimes this, you know, what I'm looking at is Seattle. Seattle is losing a lot of close games, and I still like what they have out there. I don't know why it's not finishing games, and so I'm being optimistic. I'm not a Seattle Storm fan, but for some reason I just like what they're trying to put. You see it, right? You see
Mm-hmm.
it, and it's just quite not, what I mean, connecting to that next dot. But I hope by playoff time they've got some things figured out. And to me, I think Noel Quinn has to make what I call some courageous coaching decisions. You gotta piss some people off. You gotta upset some, but and just go with what you know in your gut. It's gonna work. That's what I
Speaking
think. I think,
Speaking of
yeah.
Noah
So
Quinn, I'm gonna wait to Cess get back because I got a question about Noah Quinn in Seattle and some things that transpired up there that I think we haven't talked about yet. So for me, I said this is a make or break for Noah Quinn in Seattle. If she don't
well,
get it done, I think she's out of there. And it's not to be funny. It's like how much more resources do you need to get it done? Like you have all the pieces to go get it done. You have a roster that can get to the semifinals, to the what I'm saying, to possible to the WNBA championship. With what you have, right? Like how much more do you need? You got Scholar, you got Slim, you got Gabby, you got perimeter defenders, you got Necker down low. You got Ezi that can, block shots, rim protect. Like, what else do you need? I don't know how much more you can want on the roster than what she has there. So, when you look at Seattle, what do you think is missing with Seattle?
I think you gotta. To me, I feel that when your so-called vets are not working, you gotta go away from 'em early and put somebody in there and a fresh set of eyes on it. And that's not to disrespect it. I feel like her loyalty can get in her way. Sometimes she goes too long with what's convenient versus, because I would have been playing Dominique way more. I mean, now Dominique has come along. That was the development plan, but I think if you put her in earlier, Dominique would have made a difference. You know what I mean? In earlier in the season. So, but they have their reasons why they do. I still think with Slim on Sykes back, I still think you need to throw what I call a combo approach with Wheeler and Sykes. So you don't wear because they're seasoned players, so you don't wear one out over the other or put one in at high risk of injury by high usage. You know what I'm saying? So when I have players like that, we gonna bounce those minutes off. So I'm throwing two different guard looks at people, night in and night out, and they don't, and that makes it a little tougher on the scout because just not. Oh, they just gonna go with Sykes most of the time. No, based on who we playing, I'm gonna throw this out. I'm gonna put them in. So you got to get creative in your schemes. And so I don't know if that's in the bag or she desires it to have the bag. Again, she's a good coach, but again, I agree with you. You have enough skill sets to have more wins to 16 right now. I think they're sitting at 16. So you have more wins. You have more skill. You have enough skill set to have more than 16 wins. So, unfortunately, I love to see her still the head coach on the sideline, but maybe it's time for her to move on from Seattle. And it hurts my heart to say that because she's like the last black
Yeah.
coach is standing there right now. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna be brutally honest.
No, it sucks to see because they do have the pieces now, right? All season, I'm like, yo, they're missing something. They're missing something. But when you go and get Brittany Sykes, because I feel like they needed to upgrade that two spot. And now you have Eric Wheeler coming off the bench. Now you have your six man that you guarantee know what you can get something out of. It's not just going out there just rolling the dice and hoping that we get something out of somebody. So now they can go 7 deep in the playoffs, and I think that's good, right? Possible 8 with Tiff, or if you want to put Lexi in that situation, but now they truly have 7 people they can count on. That's a good number to have when you're talking about making a run for the playoffs and going deep into the playoffs. So for me, I think everybody got to get out their egos and out their feelings and just go out there and play basketball. The last game they played in, I feel like, Skylar lost from that game more than anything else because she was in her feelings because she wasn't getting the ball or she didn't get enough shots or this, that, and the third.
Right.
She turned down passing to wide open teammates because she was being selfish in the moment. And people need to, live in the moment, live in the present of where their feet are at, and stop thinking about themselves because those are the type of things that will lose you games in the long term if you're not careful. And I don't know if coach will ever step up and put her foot down and say, hey, listen, this is what it is, right? And when you add a dynamic player into a situation and you take them out of a situation, that changed the chemistry of how the team was rolling. So, when you
Right.
go from taking the most shots and now taking probably the third most shots, that's a big difference. You know what I'm saying? That's adjustment. But you also can't be selfish because if we're winning, right, that should be the ultimate goal is us getting a win over you being selfish because you're not getting enough shots throughout the game.
Right. You got two great points in the chat here. Is maybe Pokey Chat political Zell, maybe Pokey Chat will replace her if they move on from her. And Pokey Chapman has a different personality, has a different approach. She's
Mm-hmm.
very outspoken and matter of factly and different demeanor, which that those personality which well no, some of those personalities do need that. Like, oh, this is the line. Don't be a line stepper. You know what I mean? But you do it
Right.
with respect because they're still adults. They're
Right. But
still
one
grown.
thing,
They're still grown adults to play. So you find a way.
but one
Um,
thing we can say about Pokey Chapman, she gonna make adjustments. She gonna
yep,
coach. She ain't afraid to get in
yep.
your face and tell you what you
And she
did
gonna sit,
wrong. Like,
you're right. And she gonna sit you down when you're not
yeah,
playing with her. Yeah, yeah. No, no. we saying the same thing. Then Jeremy says you as a coach have to hold your leader accountable, make sure the locker room is intact. I think Noel, Quinn does it in her own way. That's why I said it comes to a point where you're just not a fit. You could start as a good fit, and then as time goes on, you grow apart. So she's a damn good coach. It's just I think she needs to refresh somewhere else.
So here's my thing that
Her
I
approach.
feel like. Here's one of the things I feel like happened throughout the season, and I think people just now starting to realize what happened when Pokey Chapman left and went to go coach that Brazil team. She went from being assistant to being head coach. Now that she's back with Seattle, it's hard for her to turn off being a head coach mindset because she just had to go do it for 2.5, 3 weeks and coach X amount of games. And now coming back, that's a big adjustment. Like going from the head to going back to assistant and understanding like, yo, like I can't say what I want to say because I'm assistant. But then at the same time, I'm going to say what I got to say because I'm thinking as a head coach. And so when you have two head coaches, in the same place on the same team, they could bump heads. It might not be out in public, but behind the scenes, they coaching. They doing things differently because they got two philosophies. Even though they're both they got a mindset of a head coach. So those things can be mindful. That I always try to remind people about is, I think that's part of the reason why Seattle is struggling is because Pokey wants to play a different way than what Seattle's playing right now. She wants to hold these players accountable. And Coach Quinn is more like, oh, let's take a softer approach and let's do this, and it's it's dividing the locker room, I should say.
Oh, I mean, and then if you read Jeremy's chat, I don't, I'm not there, not behind the scenes, so I don't want to
But
put accusations or jackets on somebody who's there. For me, being the coach, you try to. It's hard with all the access to instant technology. It's hard to keep the locker room in the locker room. That's a very challenging part. I know personally, I had a situation where I was addressing something on the bus, and just about a few years ago, and it was filmed. But if you weren't there in the moment, it seemed like I was being very mean and urgent. But the other adults that were with me knew it was necessary to address it and make sure I didn't use any profanity. And so now, and if someone has an indifferent, and of course, no one's gonna love you. So then you had some parents that didn't care for me because who I am, and I look the way I am, and the color of skin I am, turning the program around just in one season. So they just took anything and made it look like, oh, you can't manage the locker room. Or what happens is if people don't want to play for you, or there are some things I would say as being a coach. I don't know about you, Rob, that I've been in a situation where I knew I was gone. It wasn't because nothing I did, it was because all the other stuff I had no control over, and I had to go out with grace. I knew, and it stressed me. It was painful. I knew I gave my heart to it, but sometimes the tide changes, or the taste in people's mouth, or the political climate changes. You don't use that as a crutch. I don't use that as an excuse. I say that's how the business
yeah,
rolls sometimes. And I'm not saying it's right. Not saying it's fair. I'm saying that's what it is. That's what you get. That's what you sign yourself up for.
no, I had that at the when I worked for a private school, so I know what you're going. I know what it is from that standpoint, and that's the piece that a lot of people don't understand as coaches what we actually go through. They just say, "Oh, you guys are coach," but man, there's layers to like this coaching thing. There's layers to what you do. You know what I'm saying? When you out in people's eyes, and there's you getting held accountable for stuff that it ain't got nothing to do with you, but you being held accountable for
Right.
it. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Hey, I don't.
Exactly.
Let me trying to catch up.
Come on in.
So I got a question because I think y'all talking about Seattle, and it looked like Noel potentially not being there no more.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Do y'all really think that the intention is to replace her with another black female coach?
They might go the interim route at first to smooth it over. it's a way you got to finesse it and then do what they want to do. So it all depends on the approach. But
see me. This is why I say no, because
I mean, because Pokey is sitting right there.
I know that. The reason why I'm saying no in this whole situation is if we keep getting the Drew Lloyds and Alicia Gray's I mean, I said Alicia Gray, Alicia Clark. If we keep getting those type of situations happening, I think they just get rid of everybody.
I can't get rid of Pokey though. You got Brazil cooking. That's kind of hard.
But at the same time, Pokey, you've been there in the 2 years. Why? How did you let this go under your watch? You didn't say nothing. You didn't like when it was. And the only reason I'm saying that is because they did an entire investigation. So I'm saying if you was like, yo, I'm 10 toes down with Noel, and I don't have no problem with that, you're gonna get shipped out too, because you're gonna be looking like you part of that regime. You feel me?
I mean, it's all how you look at it. I mean, sometimes you move on, you're loyal, and they still want you because they know what you're capable of. So yeah, it could go either way. But I mean, if somebody wants you and hire you, usually you keep that loyalty to the coach.
That's what I was gonna ask y'all too. Would you stay if you were Pokey? Do you stay if they move on from Noel? Or what is the coach's code about that type of stuff? Does Noel say, "Hey, Rob, go be great," or is it like, "Hey, we all supposed to walk out this thing together"?
Depending on the situation, right? Because every situation is different. So I don't want to say it's the way situations are handled, right? If the reason why Noel's been fired is because of things that happened in the locker room, as a assistant coach, I mean, if you say you support this person, you say you support this person, you go, right? Because I've been in a situation where my head coach was, did everything right, and because one parent didn't like the way they handled a situation, they wanted to let the head coach go. So I felt, for me personally, I left and I went to a different school because of the simple fact of, like, just imagine if they did that to them and they're the same race, what you think gonna happen? And I'm a different race, So I just removed myself out of the situation. So it just depends on every situation. Like I said, every situation is different. Now, if the coach should not have the job and they just doing a poorly job at it, and they give you the opportunity, you gotta take it. You gotta take it and run with it. But it depends on the situation. But go ahead, Coach. I'll let you, your thoughts on that.
I mean, hopefully that you have some maturity in when you talk about it, and they say how they feel. On the high school level, I was in that, and I was assistant, third assistant. I was a head varsity, third assistant, and it's probably back in 2009, 2010 season, out in Cincinnati, Ohio. I went back there to coach one school year, and so basically he left, but what that coach said, he said he never heard me say anything negative or try to kick his back in. And so the biggest thing was I was being consistent and respecting what he was doing during the season. I wasn't been playing both sides of it. That's where it can get cutthroat. But did I interview for the job? Yeah, because there was no issue. He resigned on his own and went in a different direction. No, I did not get the job, but and actually myself and another assistant, somebody that was an alum that graduated from that school, it was a private school, applied for it too. But actually, I was encouraged by the athletic director that I knew from from summer camp circuit. They encouraged me to apply for it. You know what I mean? Because I think they were trying to, and they end up going. And particularly, the best thing was that they ended up going with someone that wasn't on the staff. And the only person that stayed on was the person that graduated from there, and then eventually the person they hired didn't stay long, and then the person that I was assistant with on staff with, he took over, and I came back and visited him. I came back and visited and everything. So it all depends how you communicate, and you got to respect each other. That's the short version of what I'm trying to say.
And I mean, I want to say this too, and I'm gonna share this. I hope I'm not out of line. You can cuss me out later. But coach, you told me like you old, not old like that. I don't mean like you old. Like you're old enough. I didn't mean
I
like you old. My bad. I meant like you old enough now in your coaching career that you shared that you were able to see like a program that you started come full circle to see a player that you coached take over that program and take them on to the next to the next level, to the playoffs and everything. So
right.
you could come full circle and see these programs grow, or you could, you know what I'm saying, mess it up and be out before it turns into anything.
Right.
I wanted to share that because I thought that was just really cool. Like you went full circle, and then we looking at these people like, well, you have a job next year. And it's just it's
Right. Right.
impact and the way that you can impact. Rob, I'm gonna tell a story about Rob. He old too. I mean, not old like that, but old enough where he looked up. He on the plane. He on the plane, and he like, dang, I'm on the plane with one of my former players. Now you out here just bumping into people, and so you get a chance to see how you impact these people. And I wonder, do you guys feel like they like the joy that y'all share with just being able to see that? Do y'all think that coaches at the pro level, at the WNBA level, still get to have that type of joy and that type of experience with these players now, or does it not matter at that point?
I think,
Oh yeah, I'm
I
old. I'm
think
old. I done leaned all the way into it, Michelle. I'm old. That's why I can identify these older ones.
to me,
But
that's
I
a
mean, do y'all think it
personality.
matters? Because I thought that was really dope for y'all to be able to share that. Like, right, like, yo, it's crazy. I'm on, you know what I'm saying? My kids moving around now. I'm seeing them out here doing their thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got a chance to see them out here doing their thing. Do you think it means that much at the pro level?
Well, I'm gonna say it depends. Why I'm gonna go back to my statement that I hold to every time we kind of talk in this arena about coaching. It all depends on why that individual coaches. It doesn't matter
Okay,
what level.
that's fair.
If they
That's fair.
there, if they coach, if they're there to make a difference in people's lives, but also they understand the toughness of the business of the pro, of the pro level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every level has business to it. High school has the business side, college has a business side, professional has a business side. It's just um, as an individual, how do they decide to navigate through that, and what's their priority? Is the player, the relationship priority, or is it the success of their career? And see, for me, I know so I shared before, and I'm gonna end on this point that when you care about people, sometimes you coach yourself out of a job because you're doing what's right long term by people. Not when I'm saying not just by players, but by the community in general that you serve. Because coaching
Mm-hmm.
is still a public service. Even in WNBA at a pro level, that's still supposed to be a public service, even though it's professional basketball. You're supposed to be providing it's a service to your staff, to your
Oh,
to
not
to your
Rob.
to the team, to the players, to the community that you're in, and to the franchise to give you opportunity. So it is still a form of public service, but every coach doesn't take it like that. Everybody, some people just count me bag and going home. And so, but if you're in it for the relationships and being there for people, because on a pro level, people still need support. People still got stuff going on in their lives. So if you're coaching human beings, then that's what they're gonna know you for. If you're just coaching with W's and does and losses, then that's what you're gonna be. That's what they're gonna know you by.
Yeah. Um. Rob. Well, I'll wait because I want to hear what Rob has to say too. But it just seems like, oh, he's back. Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, man, coach hit it right there in the head. It's what's your why, right? Everybody has a why they coach. Some people don't always have the right purpose or the right intentions. But there should be a why when you coach, just like the players. I'm big on understanding why my players, and helping them get to whatever that why is. I always tell my players, hey, I know you may not make it professional, but you're professional in everything that you do. So whether that's like one of my players, this is a real story that just really just happened. Like bumped into one of my players and she started, a salon. And she's going to Paris in a couple of months for the Paris Fashion Week. So that's huge because I'm like, yo, like You didn't, you know what I'm saying? I feel like she could have done a lot better in basketball, but I understand the grind of why she didn't, right? Because she had concussions that she was battling through. So I understand why she stopped playing and to what she's doing now. And so from a coaching standpoint, I was more happy and more proud of her in that situation to understand that with the lessons that I learned from you, coach, I use that principle in life right now and not just on the basketball court. And so for me, you know, wins and losses, that's cool. But to see your kids grow up and mature and give back nurture to the community and do different things to uplift people, I like that more. I love that more. Now it's good to win. It's good to win at a high level, but where you get the real enjoyment from coaching is seeing people that you coach prosper. Because that
I
goes a
think,
long way.
yeah, Drip talked about that. She said, like, when they find out who they are, and it may not be, it may be that they play college basketball to find out that they are a business person. It may be that they found out they're gonna be a pro ball player, but whatever their passion is, right? You empowered them with the tools and the resources to be able to go after that, go get after that, right? So dope. That's dope. So I wanted to share. I wanted to share that because I don't know that people realize, like, you guys are impacting lives. You know what I mean? Still to this day, even if you're not actively blowing your whistle right now, the impact, right, of the foundations that y'all laid. So celebrate those things, call those things out. We appreciate those things. Go ahead.
No, the crazy part about it was not only was my former player, but like the owner of the salon was there, right? The co-owner. So, I was pouring stuff into her, and like she ain't never played for me, but I was pouring stuff into her, and I'm like, that's just who I am, right? I look to pour into people, you know what I'm saying? Because those are the type of things that they get missed. Some of y'all just show up because we pour into y'all every day. Y'all don't even know we pour into y'all, but it's what y'all need on a day-to-day basis just to get through the day. So from that standpoint, you never know, what you need, because sometimes you don't think about life like that. But a lot of times in life, you just want somebody to pour back into you what you're giving out into life. And I'm gonna say that again. Sometimes you need somebody to pour into you what you point out into life, because a lot of people don't pick up the phone and call and check on you, or nobody picks up the phone and check on you. But you come on here, right? And we might just ask you a simple question, man. We just want to know how your day going. And nothing else matters in the world but how your day going. And that might take you a long way and further in that day or that moment or throughout that week. That dang, man, they recognized something was going on. They recognize that I ain't been around. So that be the points that I'll be trying to get people to understand and value, is that, man, sometimes you just need people to pour into you.
Pokey is also assistant GM. I think it's a unique situation. Okay, I got you. Yeah, definitely. And you never know. We pour into each other. Man, I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Thanks for asking. You never know. I told you I feel like this world right now is walking around like the crash movie. Y'all just want to crash into people. Y'all really want somebody to check on y'all, but y'all acting real gangster about it. No, you really want a hug. You put your arms out. It's all right. Some of y'all out there need a hug right now. Scared to ask for it. Don't be like that.
As the words of Coach Dre, the cray craze.
The cray craze. Yeah, y'all just need a hug. We out here for it, bro. We love y'all.
The crash out cray craze.
Crash out. They crashing out just because they needed some attention, man. If you think Ezi playing more than 16 minutes per game is going to lead to playoff success, you're gonna be sad at the end. She can start with limit Ezi minutes. Why y'all want Ezi limited?
Tell me Ezi can actually ball. Like, she not
That's
playing enough minutes.
I had Ezi in my conversation with Depoy last year.
I don't know. I just think it's time for Ezi to move on. I don't want
Ezi on the floor for more than 20. That's what I said. I said get Ezi up out of there. I think everybody
it's just time for her to move on.
Yeah. Everybody's excited about Malonga. Ezi is like your favorite toy till you get the new version on Christmas, and they just threw Ezi to the side like she ain't nothing no more. Man, we gonna dust Ezi off, man. Put her in a new uniform and let her work See, they got that shiny new Malunga.
Right.
Yeah, so they acting like Ezi ain't nothing. That's okay. We'll get Ezi. We'll take Ezi. I would love to put Ezi next to Asia.
That's crazy work.
I would
Yo,
love to
no,
put.
hey,
I would
listen.
love to put. I would love to put Ezi next to Aaliyah. I would love to put Ezi next. Man, go ahead. Don't get me started.
You know what the real problem is Malunga's putting up all these good offensive games and she's
Mm-hmm.
rebounding, but she's also killing them on the defensive end that nobody keep looking at. Getting killed on the defensive end. Because hey, listen, if I'm anybody, hey man, you isolate Ezi, you isolate Malunga, you just keep dropping at her because she gonna foul you. Because she's trying to block everything. Because she's still young. She don't know better than, hey, listen, you can just put your hands up, shoot up in the air, and make it hard for people to shoot over you. Instead, no, I want to block everything that comes to the rim. Okay, cool. When you get players like that, guess what? We're gonna work on those type of players. You're gonna find out in a playoff series, you're gonna keep putting people in the bonus. It's gonna take her off the floor. Then guess who's gonna be out there? Ezi, who you don't want to be out there.
Mm-hmm. Kid, I don't really know what you're talking about. I don't know. I don't know seven in life or 7 Life. I don't know who that is. Even we Fever fans not that cold. Family embrace it. Life is too short, regardless.
Appreciate the super chat.
Yeah, appreciate the super chat. I'm not really sure. I don't know who 7 Life is. We don't. Yeah, we this community right here is open for all people that's genuine about hoops. Your team is who your team is. We got Fever fans in the fam, but we don't do BS narratives and we don't do clickbait. Other than that, man, we here for it. Appreciate the super chat. Malong is a 7-foot wing. Woo.
You sure is.
Yes.
Woo-hoo. Says Ezi is a starter in Vegas, but not in Seattle. That's fine. That's fine. That's what I'm saying. Y'all don't keep her over there. I'm telling Chicago Sky the same thing. If Camila Cardoso ain't your cup of tea, hey, just like I tell people, I ain't for everybody. Move around. Hey, put her on the block. If somebody want her, I will show you. You can't teach 7. You can't teach 7 feet. That's for real. Malong is your third best offensive player behind Nika and Slim, as the defensive specialist at this point to be used in situational minutes. Get her up out of there.
Well, see, here's the crazy part is Ezi got a nice bag offensively. She just don't ever get to show it because they don't want her to show it. It ain't the capabilities that she can't do it. She can knock down a 3. She could take you off the dribble, get to the rim. She could be consistent making layups. She could post up. But if you're not allowing, like, this is the thing that y'all don't think y'all realize. What they asking Malunga to do for her to be out there on the floor is not the same thing that they asking Ezi to do. That's the difference.
Correct. MJ, the super chat person's still here. They not in our chat though, so you can't see them. They in. They made me. I don't know if they in Rob chat or.
No, they ain't dipped out. They still
chat.
talking.
I can't tell.
Yeah,
they just not in my chat. I don't know who chat they in.
Who's is that my chat?
I don't know. I'm in StreamYard, so I can't. I see all the chats.
Yeah, we see all the chats. Yeah.
Okay.
So but Jeremy said Gabby's the third offensive option.
So I don't think they really
also trying to play Ezi out of position in Seattle. She's not a 5. She's a 3. You think Ezi's a wing too? Okay. Okay, now Tanya Hanks say at this point I'm not sure if Noel is even running the team. Who running the team?
You said Pokey already. She on her way out the door.
Gabby can relax now. Slim there. Protect the youth. What's happening? Yep, I keep a relationship with my high school coach until she left the earth. I know that's right. Yeah.
The earth. You hear me? The earth.
All right, so I'll say this. I think for me, Ezi is more of a 4. But the reason why she can get away with playing at the 5 is because she matches her very, very well with a lot of 5s in the league. With her length. Her length bothers a lot of people more than people realize. But her natural position is a 4. A stretch 4. That's what her natural position should be. But, Depending on the team, right? If she's with the Aces, she's the 5, and she can do a credible job at the 5. But depending on what team she's playing with, like if she wants to go play with Chicago, right? Cardoso's probably gone. She's gonna play the 5 next to Angel Reese. Depends on what the team she's at, but she should be a 4 in this league, to be honest with you. But that's where the best players play at. That's why Nick is playing at the 4 because she's the best player, and that's normally where the best players play is the 4. So there you have it.
Okay, so I got a question. So Kent, you popped in here and told us to follow this channel. Is this your channel? Who is it? Or did you just pop by to suggest the channel? Like, is this your channel? Or what's happening? Let me. I'm curious now. Let me know. I'm curious now. Let me know, please. Okay, next game. Oh, go ahead, Rob. I'm sorry.
No, I was just trying to say, what's the next game?
Yeah. New York Liberty and Phoenix Mercury. August 30th. So Stewie hopes to be back by the 27th. So she should have played against the Mystics, and this would be like her second game back. The Mercury won 2 of the first 3 meetings with New York, so they trying to even the series with this one. What you think?
No, I was saying because I seen this comment.
FM said, "Nah, more Storm talk." What you got?
No, because this person is like, I like Ezi at the 5. You might need to put Ezi at the 4. Ezi does not need to play the 5. She doesn't need to play the 5. She needs.
Do
to play
you like Ezi at the 3?
I don't think there serves no purpose of her playing the 3 with the Aces. If she's gonna play the 3, that means we need to have a center on the floor. So
why don't y'all like Ezi at the 5? I want to put Ezi at the 5 for the defense. Why don't y'all like Ezi? Tell me what's wrong with Ezi at the 5, y'all. What I'm missing?
I don't think you put Ezi at the 3 anyway because she's not truly a real true ball handler. She gets away with it, and she's better than a lot of 4s and 5s at ball handling. So why would I put her at a 3 where now she's going to be going up against a guard? That makes no sense whatsoever. I'm a player at the 4 to 5, so if somebody gets to pressing us, hey, Ezi, bring up the ball because you're going to be going against a 4 and 5. She's a lot faster than a lot of 4 5s in the league. So I'm not going to put her at the 3. That's me playing at a disadvantage from that end. If I got her playing a 5, even if Azi's guarding the primary 5 in that situation, I still bring in Ezi to come over for deflections, to come over for blocks. Like, she's the roamer. If she's playing a 5, she could be the primary defender. Now Ezi gets to come over and block. Like, you have versatility across the board. So for Ezi doesn't play at the 5 spot now. That's Smith that plays at the 5. Ezi plays at the 4. So I don't get the premises of putting her, at the 3. Nalyssa plays the 5 with 2 left feet. So what are we talking about?
Oh my goodness.
Where does Nalyssa's game go after a full year playing with Asia? She's able to do that. Does her game change? Does playing with Asia help her grow and develop?
I'm not gonna hold you. I'll be wondering if Nalyssa actually like jump rope, work on footwork, do ladder work, like for how long you been in the league, you should not be having 2 left feet at this point in your career. Like you gotta start doing some lateral work.
So you want to get on the jump rope. She need old boxing workout.
She needs to get on jump rope. She needs to get on ladders. Okay. She needs to work on ball handling. Like it's certain things with her game right now where she should be better at. With how long she's been in the career, but let's just go say, what are you doing with training, right? But it's also that comes to Nay, right? Nay, what are you doing to improve your offensive game skill set? Whoever y'all trainers are, y'all need to go ahead and fire them and just hire some new offensive minded people that can help y'all both career elevate. Because I can't just hold her accountable because I'm looking at Dejanay. I'm like, Dejanay, you just think shooting farther and farther each year is gonna make you a better 3-point shooter, and that's not how 3-point shooting works. You need to get in the lab and actually work on that and be more consistent. I like Dejanay on the defensive end, but offensive end, and it's just like with Nate, you gotta clean up some things. Now defensively, I think Smith has become a little bit better defensively with the Aces than and putting more effort than
Coach
what she's shown in
Asia.
the past. So
Coach Asia. So, and I see you saying not too much on Nalyssa now. She's just out of shape. Her diet is trash. If that's the case, it's even more on Nalyssa. Because that right there, what you put in your body is on you. So I'm on her head now. If that's what we talk about, her diet. She been in the league this long and she can't fix her diet. That means she ain't serious then. The only thing she needs to do is eat right to keep playing basketball.
Yeah, no. I would say.
Come on now, y'all. What we talking about? What we talking about for real now? Not too much on Liz. It's her diet. What is it? She only got Snickers in the vending machine at her house. What we talking about?
I listen.
It's her diet.
You know, the first thing I look at is the core. That's the first thing I look at. Is your core
not
right?
The McRib. Not the McRib is back. We in trouble. FM, stop it.
Oh,
I ain't got time for it right now.
Did you say the McRib is that? I can't.
Liz got a yeah, and Michelle, you did. You said she got to slide them puppies defensively, but she played harder in Baylor than her 4 years in the league. Ooh, damn. DJ hitting threes. It's coming. She got to grow, but her diet, bro, that can't be the problem. That can't be a problem. She just don't know what to eat.
Well, I'll say this, right? If you're gonna make that assumption to make that point, that's fine, right? But you also have to understand this. Who has she been around that's forced her to say that she needs to eat better, have better habits, create these type of habits, been in a winning culture, been with a championship team? Like, that matters. And when you come into the league and you go straight to Indiana and they ain't got no culture set, ain't nobody with no championship mindset, and all you gotta do is just play off your talents, that's gonna happen. But when you get to Vegas, it's a different standard, right? Because you always talk about standard, Cess, right?
Yeah.
Part of that is part of just being a basketball player is putting the right stuff in your body and understanding how to be disciplined to understand that we're looking at a championship and not looking at no first round exit, and to how and what all plays in the part, because that's part of you being healthy and staying healthy and longevity. So from that standpoint, I give you that, but I mean, what factual information do you know behind it? You know, that's what I was saying.
And I'm gonna say this because I know they listening, Rob. I know they listen. So any meal prep chef in the Las Vegas area, please reach out to Nalyssa. She need a microwave and a meal prep. Prep it up for her. Prep it up. Like, even if you can't cook, like, even if she can't cook, that's fine. She can't cook. She has to recognize I can't cook, and my diet will take me right out this league. So what are the resources I have to be able to fix that? She ain't met no chef, blue apron, anything. Come on, something.
I'll say it's more than just that, right? You got to get your butt in the gym and get there and work with the trainer and start working on your core. Your core is what's going to carry you more than anything else, right? You could be like a Chad Johnson and eat McDonald's all the time, and your figures is right. You know what I'm saying? But you got to get with the right people that understands.
Anybody old as me, because I don't want to call nobody else old, but they might know the answer to the question. Anybody old as me, tell me what did Cheryl Swoop say her before the game meal was? A Snickers and a Pepsi. Cheryl say she wasn't ready to hoop till she ate a Snickers. Packed with peanuts. It's really satisfying. If you don't know, I don't know. Figure it out. But, yeah, I'm old. More Blue Apron, less DoorDash. I'm saying, packed with peanuts. It really satisfies. She getting a Snickers and a Pepsi. I'm just saying. We can't get Liz on her way out the league if she don't fix that shit. She's overweight. She's too slow on both ends. Okay, now let me say this. My problem with that, right there, soda for Swoops, she came back.
I think she's working.
Cut it out. Yeah. Eventually, yeah. But
all right, so since
I'm talking about when she was playing.
Here's what I'll say to this, right? Because I see what people saying.
I'm gonna
say
let me say this real quick. I'm gonna pass it to you real quick. Let me say this. You say she's overweight. My problem with that is that KB seems overweight too. So what the hell is going on in Las Vegas? Go ahead, Rob.
I think this is the slimmest you've seen KB. KB taking it serious. So
yeah, okay. About time, she getting in shape. Getting in shape. But to me, right now, she still looks. She don't look like a pro ball player that's been playing pro basketball for 3 years.
Yeah. I was gonna say this to Nalyssa's point. I mean to Nalyssa, right? The first half of the season, who was she with? She was with Dallas, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did anything in Dallas make her feel like she needed to take something serious?
Man, that brisket down there coming off, boy. Oh, that we good down Dallas. What you talking about? Yeah, she was taking that serious. No, I don't know. No,
I'm just
I
saying.
don't think that. No, I'm joking. From a basketball standpoint, I don't think that they really. They didn't introduce Nalyssa in a serious way. They introduced her as we got her so that we could get DJNA. So from that, boy, I'm on a vacation. We seen them at the pool. Remember?
So now she ain't really in no basketball shape. It ain't really no expectation. You just out here. Now you get traded to Vegas. Now there's a different expectation, right? When you got traded, you ain't even playing the first game because you weren't in no type of basketball shape. We got to put you through a fitness test to see if you qualify. So now she's just starting to turn it to peak to her like, all right, she didn't drop some couple pounds. She's starting to understand that, hey, I gotta be in real basketball shape to be on the floor long term. She's a little bit more disciplined, right? Because the fouls that she was making early on in the season, she's not making those fouls. That comes down to fatigue. When you start fouling a lot, that just comes down to fatigue, and you frustrated because you're not scoring on the offensive side of the ball. That's just what it is when people start fouling. So it's one of the things where I always point out with Big Foe. Like when she don't want to be engaged in the game and she ain't scoring offensively, she get the fouling because you're not. That's just mentally engagement, right? So she's just not starting to turn the page of getting in shape. So I get what people come with, but there is also a level of you have to understand of seriousness when you go to certain franchises, and she's starting to understand what that looks like in Vegas for her.
Well, here we go. Okay, now you say Nalyssa's pride won't allow her to fully take advantage of playing with Asia. Just based off what I see, this looks like she is settling scores that don't need to be settled. What you mean, MJ? I don't know. What y'all mean?
Opinion on that one.
Let me know what you mean. Vegas is the best place for this, though. Asia gonna get her right, but she has to stay there first. Yeah. Does Asia stay there?
Yeah. Here's what I'll say to this whole Nalyssa thing. If she's smart, she don't go and play nowhere else. She go and spend the time with Asia this summer and go through one of Asia's workouts so understand how to be a professional basketball player.
One of Asia's workouts or one of Asia's summers? Don't just go to one workout.
No,
yeah,
I'm talking about the summer.
I need you to go the whole summer. Don't pull up on Tuesday like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be working on this for the rest of the summer. No, I want you in the gym with Asia. I want you in the gym with Asia.
And the crazy,
she at the Bellagio buffet now.
The crazy part about it is her and Asia share the same birthday, so the connection's already there. It's just a matter of you just getting with the right people in all season. But like I said, when you're at other teams, you ain't really have to focus on being this type of person, this type of player, because they just care about your talent and just telling you to do one thing. Well, now with the Aces, you got to have a complete game. And so I think being under Asia, she's going to understand that to say, hey, I got to take this offseason with a different approach.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't said anything about Peely's weight. I'm waiting on Peely to get on the floor. Courtney Paris was a baller. It's not the weight. It's not the weight. It's are you in shape?
Mm-hmm.
Getting in shape don't necessarily mean getting skinny. Getting in shape means I don't need you looking like you about to pass out, running up and down the court. Getting in shape, like can you play? Can you get out here and play? Some of these women are not going to be any smaller, but are you healthier? Are you in shape? Is your core ready to go? What's your cardio like?
You know what I gotta say to some of these players. There is no way in hell that Tina Charles can come in and be in shape, working you out, giving you 20 and 15, and you can't figure out how to get in basketball shape. All right.
Somebody need to be asking Tina Charles. Somebody need to be asking Tina Charles what she eating. See if she can make. Can you make me a plate? Haley Jones has a bigger frame, but she in shape. It's about in shape is what I'm talking about, not skinny. Don't mistake in shape for skinny. It's very much discipline.
Hey, if Tina Charles can figure out a way to get in shape, I know you can figure out a way. Can't tell me that.
Yeah, so I don't want y'all to think that we up here body shaming or talking about people need to be smaller. We're in shape. In shape.
Working on your
totally
core,
different.
running extra miles, like the stuff to get you ready to go play basketball. Not you go up and down in 2 minutes and you like, damn, coach, coach, give me one, coach. Give me one, coach. I need one. Like, oh, you just got hurt. But you been complaining about you ain't playing on minutes. Man, miss me with it.
You say Liz don't play enough minutes. So a lot of what I've seen is rush play. Everything has to be done right now. She doesn't find her way into games as a vet usually does.
You know why she don't play enough minutes? She's not in basketball. The reason why Liz doesn't play a lot of minutes because she's not in basketball. She needs to play a lot of minutes. That's why you see that. She's trying to ramp up to play more minutes throughout the season.
You think her slept on mentality is changing and adjusting? That's what her brother and family was tweeting in her indie days. Come on, Nalyssa. I think Liz needs to recalibrate her body, more power in her lower body and core. That's what we was just talking about. Probably needs to lay off the threes, but rebounding is good. But for some reason, they don't put her in with the right lineups. Very disjointed when she's on the floor. It can be.
Well, she has to shoot the threes because she's on the floor at Asia. So she has to shoot threes. You need the spacing.
Much. Oh my goodness.
So, yep, Liz slept on. So tell me about Liz being slept on. Tell me, I want to know about her being slept on. Because all eyes was on her when she hit Angel with that too small last year. And I can't remember what Nalyssa did. I can't remember what Nalyssa did since then. Like when Angel turned it up after the too small, I don't know if that was because Nalyssa couldn't or because Indiana didn't allow her to.
I don't get to talking about that knuckleball free throw that, she didn't really work with a trainer on how to, fix the ball properly and put it in the shooting pocket and snap the wrist and make sure the hands are pointing down. Like, that's just simple basketball one-on-one that you go in there and teach somebody how to shoot free throw. She's still out there shooting curve balls, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, she in high school. But it's okay.
Oh, we talking before Angel. Okay. Yeah, Rob, but Asia should be shooting those threes, and Liz should be cleaning the glass in those situations.
Well, but I think you've seen Asia step out to that three-point line even more these last few games of shooting more threes. So,
oh my God! For the love of Jesus Christo, work on your damn free throws list. Work on the free throws. That's what I'm talking about.
Goddamn curveball, that thing.
So okay,
that's how I look when it come off her hand. Like, throw that thing out there. Like, what are you doing? Kid,
so
that thing in the Parker pocket. Put it on the
that's a good point.
Tips.
Parker Tyus on the way back. Where does Nalyssa go with Cheyenne Parker Tyus coming?
Same situation. She still got to get in basketball shape, so she got time.
Oh no, T. Carmelo, I didn't think you was talking about me, but sometimes if people catch certain portions of the show, I just want that in there. So we ain't body shaming. We really, talking basketball. That I appreciate that. I don't know what happened to Liz Gill. She used to be Flames. I think it was Indiana, then Dallas. I needed her to turn. Yeah, so I mean, damn, like Indiana was like everybody else got. I didn't understand why they treated Erica Wheeler and Nalyssa Smith the way they treated them. I didn't understand why they treated them like that. Like everybody else was playing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else was playing. I don't know why they treated them like that. Listen, KB have been in the league 4 years. Should have been better habits. Should have better habits. But but you when you know better, you do better. So maybe they'll. But that's what I was thinking, that they would get in the gym together.
Well, here's the thing with KB. You already know the background story to that. They just want her to come up there, crack jokes, and be involved. They didn't need her to do nothing. This is the only year where they're like, hey, yo, you gotta show us something. This is the only year that she's been at Vegas where they're like, hey, yo, you got to show us something. And guess what she did? She went and got in shape. She started shooting three. Now, she might go 1 for 7 from shooting the 3-point line in another game, but she going to get them up while she in the game. So, I'm still waiting on that where she was talking about she was really hooping, like, so that practice that translates to a game. I'm still waiting on that moment for her in the game. But her energy to start off games and the willingness to, shoot the open shot, hey, give credit to what credit's due.
Good point.
Next game. We almost, I think we almost at the end. I think. Sparks at the Storm. No, I lied. We're not almost at the end. We got like 1, 2.
Yeah,
rapid fire.
Four more games. 4 more games after this one. So let's go. The Sparks at Seattle. Second of back-to-back games for the Sparks. They host the Mystics on the 31st, and then Seattle comes into town on the 1st. Turn their season around 4-6 in the 10 games before All-Star, 7-3 in the 10 cents. The Sparks and Storm, if they stay just like they are right now, they will be battling for that 8th and final playoff spot. Sparks Storm, what y'all think?
I'm rolling with the Sparks on it. I think the Sparks is in a better situation than Seattle is, and especially in a headspace standpoint. I think they're really bobbing with each other. They just need to clean up a couple things defensively, and hopefully Cam Brink can stay there. So
yes, it's Cam Brink. Does Cam Brink get healthy? If Cam Brink is healthy, I'm rocking with them.
Man.
They need Cam Brink on the floor when it's time to finish games.
Yeah, they do. I'm gonna share my few cents about the Sparks and get on off here because I have my self-care time is over and I got to move on to the next thing. So thank you for having me. But the Sparks, I think they really be Cam Brink has to get in shape. I think you got to figure out a good rotation with the front court that you have with Stevens, Hamby. I think you got some great skills that can really bother some teams when you know how to use them to bother the opponent. I still don't think they figured out. Even with Tremel there, I still think they haven't figured out they're beating on that crap how to perfect that because you have some skill sets where it can bother teams, the length and the front court. But I like the Sparks. I'm not a Sparks fan, but I like what I'm seeing and grow up and then really giving Ricky a boost of confidence and letting her to shoot and what you call shooting her strength and her strong spots and be a contributor and be a leader like that. And she's gonna play some scrappy defense. And so Plum is Plum. It's gonna look like she's playing defense, but she shows up for all. I'm just saying,
the fake hustle,
look
baby.
like she's playing
fake hustle, baby. That's what that's called, baby.
Look like she's playing defense, but she's just there for all. So appreciate y'all. Thank you for having me up, Auntie. And then I will see you tonight. We got score reverse of these games.
All right.
Tonight.
Sure, we'll see you tonight.
Y'all see how he skip out on his job. So when he get docked later on, y'all remember he left early. That's called superstar defense, coach.
Oh, that's called fake hustle. That's fake hustle. That's honest. It look like they doing something. It look like they doing something because they moving their arms and moving. They really ain't doing nothing. Come on, man. That's called fake hustle. That's what that's called. Yeah. Clapping their hands, hit the floor, don't all that. Man, come on, man. Stop it.
Oh my goodness.
If it motivates everybody else, let's go.
Right.
Okay, we got Rob on rapid fire. Indiana Fever at Phoenix Mercury, September 2nd.
Well, I was going to talk about the fake hustle. It's almost like, when you see Diamond Middle. I was going to give you a moment when you seen Diamond Middle last night, get the clap in her hands, get a point, like, you going hurt. They come down to get busted right in their face. Like, what are you doing? How you going to point out somebody else's assignment? And then somebody just come down and just pop. What? They get to look around looking stupid like, dang, was that on me? Yeah, it was on you, and you know it was on you.
Yes, that was your man. That was the one you just told us she was guarding. Remember?
Yeah.
When you were clapping your hands. Yeah.
You clap your hands, you point, because you just hit a little three, you come down, you get the point, and looking like, making it look all good. Like, hey, man, that's called fake hustle. That's what that's called, man. Stop.
I got 2 questions on this one. Don't stop the fake hustle. Indiana Fever at Phoenix Mercury. Is Clark back for that game? And what does Odyssey Sims do for their push for the playoffs?
I mean, y'all know how I am about when you
And
bring
I
in.
don't know if I told you that's September 2nd. This September 2nd.
It don't matter what the date is. Y'all know how I am with when it comes to bringing in pieces, bringing out pieces. When a dramatic of a team change, one person can change the dramatic of a team, right? So here's the thing: you got Odyssey Sims there. That's one thing that you got to play with, and then you're gonna turn around. And at some point, you're gonna have to equate CC into this fold. So that's a whole nother situation. So you can already see when it gets to the playoffs that this is going to be bad for business because y'all ain't going to have no time to jail with the lineups that's in there. It's kind of like when Ari McDonald was playing at a high level, the team was playing at a high level, and you brought Caitlin Clark, and then all of a sudden they forgot how to play basketball. That's going to be the same. It's going to be 2.0 of that. That's what it's going to look like.
Okay. Nothing. She not a point guard. God dog. Damn. Okay.
I mean, people have different views on Odyssey Sims. Some people feel like she's a point guard. She's not a point guard. It's what do you need out of Odyssey Sims, right? I would take Odyssey Sims over Dana Evans in Vegas right now.
Sims, but can Odyssey Sims be the Ari McDonald that they need?
Yeah. But they're not. Okay. Are they asking her to do that though?
No. I'm not talking about what they. I'm not talking about what they asking her. I'm looking at what they lost. I felt like Ari McDonald was a big piece for them, right? Like, okay, this makes sense. So, is she a plug and play for that role?
Yeah,
they want to use her right there.
Defensively, what Ari McDonald brought to the table, Odyssey Sims can match that, but just a bigger guard. Right? If you watched the game last night, at times she was giving Paige fits. Paige was having a tough time getting shots off, getting the ball. Like she was denying her. So from a standpoint, yeah, she can do it. But is Indiana going to allow her to be hurt and do that? She can go score. If you need her to tell her, hey, man, we need to go drop 30, she can go drop 30. But are they going to allow her to drop 30? It's a whole different other situation. So.
Let's see. Maddox said the Aces lose to New York today.
We'll see. On a back-to-back? Okay. We'll see.
With no Stewie in Vegas? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. I got Vegas winning tonight. I'm waiting on Sophie Lexi Butt sandwich on Odyssey. Yeah, you think it's coming? I'm waiting. I remember her name now, Danielle Adams. She played for the San Antonio Stars. I don't know what you're telling us about Danielle Adams. Remind me now. Next game, Sparks Dream. You don't think the Aces beating? You don't think the Aces beat New York today?
I want y'all to address people. You know what I'm saying, about who people are, and not just put bro behind it, and not just assume things.
But why the Aces not beating New York? Tell me on this back to back. Did New York look like they was killing last night? I don't know. Remind me. Look like Kennedy is at her next destination hooping. Saudi Arabia, get the bag, Kennedy. Ari McDonald is a passing point guard that runs the offense, can go left and right and get her own shot if you need to. And you don't feel like Odyssey can do that. That's what you're telling me. Protecting. That's not Odyssey game. I mean, Odyssey's a scorer.
I think Odyssey can do the exact same thing Ari McDonald does. But how much have you watched Odyssey Sims to say that, right? Because you can't compare what she did in LA versus what she's gonna do in Indiana. It's two different type of teams.
Like I said, I felt like when I watched Odyssey was more trying to keep a job than it was about being able to help a team. So that's why I was in on Odyssey being the LA Sparks this year. So I was surprised when they got rid of her, but I guess she didn't fit as far as like the offensive fit. Odyssey may be out of shape. She looked a little bit off, but I'm gonna give her time to mesh. Mine was kind of cooking last night. New York was kind of cooking last night with 5 players in double digits. I believe 3 players dropped 20 a pop. Oh yeah, New York could give you that. New York could give you that. Ari McDonald more of a floor general than Sims. That's my opinion. Okay, like I said, Odyssey's a scorer to me. The forward center that was a beast, the player I was talking about in my previous comment. Oh, okay. It wasn't Courtney Paris. I got you now. Get Kennedy. Hey, they paying Saudi. Hey, Kennedy got some China. She got some China money in the bank. She went down and put some Mexico money in the bank. Pulled up, got some oil money. I ain't mad at her. I ain't mad at her. Kennedy looked like she living her best life. 2 different type of teams. Definitely 2 different type of teams. Does Odyssey fit better for you, Rob, at LA or Indiana?
I think natural spot for her would be like Indiana because they're shooting around her. When you go with a Mitchell Hall or Mitchell Sophie, they're shooting around her, so they're spacing the floor to allow her to downhill attack to the rim. I think that's more what she wants to play. So I think this style of play that Indiana has, and they run sets, fits her more than just playing in LA, where else like just your turn, my turn. Whoever get the ball, go get a shot.
Gotcha. So, okay, let's go to the next game. September 9th. This is the last game of the season for Indiana. It may be for everybody. I don't know.
For everybody,
Oh no,
everybody plays on. Everybody plays on.
no, because the Lynx play 2 days later. The Lynx last game is against the Bouts. The Indiana's last game is against the Minnesota Lynx. I'm looking at it. So, does Minnesota put Indiana out of the playoffs in this last regular season game?
No, as long as CC comes back before then, I think that'd be fine. I don't think it puts him out.
Okay.
Because really,
Golden State. Oh, go ahead.
what it's gonna come down to is Golden State. It's more than anything else. It's gonna come down to Golden State. For me, the X factor of the playoffs is Golden State. Because I got LA in, I got Seattle in, I got Indiana, but I think Golden State is fighting them three teams to get in. So.
Okay. You said no, but Indiana's still losing.
But if it's the last game, I don't even have Minnesota should play none of their starters. They should play all the bench players and let them just play, get some cardio in.
Okay.
Because it ain't gonna matter for them. It ain't gonna change them from getting home field advantage.
Where their standing is at. Got you. And do you believe that to be true even if Nafisa doesn't come back to the playoffs?
Yeah.
Okay. Still September 9th. Golden State Valks at Seattle Storm. At Seattle Storm. I don't know if Billings is back by then. I don't know what they're doing with Billings. Listen, Seattle done lost like 7 of their last 9 since the All-Star game. I don't know what they're doing. This is their final regular season matchup. Does Golden State put Seattle out of the playoffs in this game?
I think that's gonna be the game that decides who goes to the playoffs.
Okay.
That's gonna be because that's the last game. That's the true game.
And it's not in Valhalla. It's not in Valhalla. It's not in Valhalla, y'all. It's in.
And what's sad? You know what's sad to say about that is that Seattle shouldn't even be in that position to say that game should be decided if they go to the playoffs or not. But that's just where it is right now.
It's definitely where they could be. We got 120 in the chat. Y'all run them likes up. And if you're not on YouTube, pop over on YouTube. Give us a like and a share. They both right there. Make sure y'all following us on the YouTube platform and across all social media platforms. Last game of the season, September 11th. Last game of the 2025 regular season. I mean, it's going to be, it could be a good game or it could be nothing, depending on where everybody's standings is at, right? Because people could be playing or people could be resting. So we got the Las Vegas Aces at the Los Angeles Sparks.
I don't think they're going to need anything.
It might not if all playoff spots are already set. But if they ain't, everybody could be staying up late to see this one.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's going to play. I don't think it's going to mean anything. I don't think it's going to mean anything, I should say, for LA. I don't think LA's already in. For the Aces, I think it'll matter because they could change the seeding of where they're at. Whether that's 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's the part of that change.
All right, well, let's see. Golden Vouts. Okay, says Billings injury return will be reevaluated next week. So I think Billings gets reevaluated next week. Does Nafisa gets evaluated this week? Is that right? Is it this week or next week, y'all?
And then
I
this
got
week,
LA.
early
I
next
got
week.
LA getting a spot.
If I'm them,
Let me.
I'm just being honest. If I'm Minnesota, there's no way in hell I'm rushing Fee to get back on the floor. So I'm giving her extra 2 weeks off on purpose. Come back and play like the last 3 to 4 games so she can get back to her shooting touch, her shooting rhythm. But outside of that, I don't really need you to play. Like there's nothing else for you to prove. There's nothing else that we need to prove as a team collectively. So we just trying to get through all the board. Because see, Minnesota's bored right now. And what you do when you start getting bored, you start creating bad habits. So you best off just playing your bench, letting them get repetition, letting them become better, because you're going to need your bench in the playoffs. Whether you want to like it or not, you're going to need your bench. When you get the farther you get into the playoffs, the deeper you're going to need your bench. Now, granted, you hope your top 8 stays healthy. But yeah, I wouldn't rush back Fee. If you rush back Fee if you want to, it's gonna cost you in the playoffs because that injury gonna keep lingering. So if I'm them, man, take your time.
It don't matter. It don't matter.
Yeah,
I don't care what you do with her. I don't got y'all raising no trophy at the end. Rest her player. I don't care. I don't see y'all with the chip at the end of this thing. But I don't have a preference. But I already told you I don't think she's the most valuable player on their team. So that's just me. Rob, what you got up for the rest of the day before we ready to get out of here?
man. We got to see you Women's Wednesday. See you Women's Wednesday tonight. Of course, we got Cess gonna be up there hosting, doing a little bit of hosting tonight. So,
Who's my MVP of the league right now? If I had to give it to somebody right now, today it would be Alyssa Thomas. Who do I have in the conversation for the MVP? Alyssa Thomas, Alicia Gray, A'ja Wilson. But probably A'ja gets it. Because Asia's done more with less than all of them. It's just my opinion. That's just me. But yeah, today, right now, it will be Alyssa Thomas. Man, like three trip dubs in a row. Nasty work. And A'ja, 32 and 21 because they robbed her. That's nasty work too. But Alyssa Thomas, man, been a long time coming, cuz.
hey, I think. So here's my hot take for the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that 21 season?
Chicago Sky won it.
Mm-hmm.
That year? Mm-hmm.
Remember, them being a 6th seed that season?
Chicago, yeah. Lowest seed to win it, ain't they?
Yeah. I think he's gonna win it. I think he's gonna win it all this year. I think this playoff year is gonna be that.
A new champ.
I'm not gonna say necessarily a new champ, but I think it's not gonna come from
the top 3.
The top 3 seeds.
Gotcha. No, I don't have Fee in my conversation. Remember, I told y'all I don't believe that Nafisa is the most valuable player on her team. I'm just being. I'm being honest. Like, I think McBuckets. I think McBuckets is more important. And listen, I tell y'all this all the time. Is Nafisa Collier a great basketball player? Sure, she is. I wouldn't have gave her the defensive player of the year last year. She wasn't that for me. And like I told y'all, man, like Nafisa's cool. I love what she's done outside of the WNBA, like starting Unrivaled. She plays great basketball, but when people get into the conversation, like she's better than Asia or on the same level as Asia. I don't understand that. And so that's where I get real about Nalyssa. Like, how? Wait a minute. So she's with Asia? How? How do y'all get there? Because when I get to looking at the resume, it don't stack up like that. And then then y'all be telling me about all this defense that she can play, defensive player of the year. I see her get cooked. I have a great respect for the things that Nalyssa is good at, and I love the business acumen that she's attacked like women's basketball with. But like, no, I don't have her as an MVP. Y'all like MVP? I ain't there. You got the Lynx as the champs? No, I don't have them as the champ. I didn't have them in the finals, so there's that. So here's the thing. What I told y'all last year was this: they didn't close at home. They brought Dejanay in, and that's a great pickup for them. And I think that'll be good if they can keep the stuff buzz going forward. That's a good look for them to build on, but that doesn't get them over the hump this year. And they didn't fix their problem from last year. They're still lighting ass in the middle. And everybody that they're going to have to play against can go big in the middle. And they can't. And I know y'all going to tell me, we got the girl from, she from Germany. I don't want to mess her name up. And she's okay, but she's not enough.
She makes them more.
I don't. So I just
makes them more tough than that team.
And you know what? And I don't even, I hate to say this, but Nalyssa, I think, is gonna be like always the bridesmaid, never the bride. At the end of the day, there will be some players that you'll say, but damn, they played in Asia. They played in Asia's era. They could have got one if they didn't play in Asia's era. Like Mike, like, man, Charles Barkley, he was great, but he played in Mike's era. They were great playing in Mike's era, playing in the Asia era right now. So there'll be a couple that'll sneak in there and get him, but Asia doesn't. But I just don't think Minnesota is it right now. Rob, what you got so we can close this thing out?
So,
anything on that one?
Oh, I'm just looking back at like the runner-up and the past champion. Like, it rarely like repeats itself on who's in the finals, right? So one of these two teams got to be in there. Either it's going to be New York or it's going to be Minnesota. But both of the teams won't be back there. So that means they're more likely to have a new champion. That's all. I'm just looking. But nah, man, we got a buff show tonight. Women's Wednesday. To see you with the see you aunties. So, if you want to talk some football, you're a female, you're a woman. You want to make sure that your voice gets heard. So, man, pull up on us tonight for Women's Wednesday on Raw Man Media with the see you aunties. You don't got no football, right?
You don't got to know football.
But if you do know some football and you want to, come up there and have a conversation, feel free.
Well, look, I see I got a couple questions for me. I just started it up. Here we go. Who's my 2025 WNBA champions? Until they're, I'm a Las Vegas Aces fan. Until they're mathematically eliminated, I'm rocking with the Aces. I told y'all, if Asia doesn't get it, the one that just like I told y'all last year. Remember I said, if Asia don't get the ring, I want Stewie to get it. That was where this year, if Asia don't get the ring, then it's AT or Alicia Gray for me.
I'm gonna just say this: the Aces are going to be in the championship. That's what I'm going to tell you right now.
So I mean, that's where I'm at with it.
You know why? Since 2020, when 2020 the Vegas was in the championship, they didn't win. 21, they didn't make it. 22, they were there. 23, they were there. 24, they missed. So what do you think? Like the magic of the map, if it's math right, what do you think likely is going to happen? The Aces is about to be in the championship game. The championship. Competing for it. Now, who's gonna meet us there? That's a whole different other story. But
okay, let me see. Protect the youth. McBuckets over feet. Yeah, McBuckets is more important to that team than Nalyssa to me. And then I'm not talking about. Here we go. Now I said on that team. That doesn't have anything to do with Asia or Alyssa or anything. I'm talking about as that team is constructed. What is the most valuable piece? McBuckets to me is a more valuable piece to Minnesota than Nalyssa. I'm not. It wasn't you putting apples and oranges together. I said McBucket's the best thing, the most valuable piece in Minnesota. I didn't compare McBuckets to Asia or Nafisa or anything. I just said she was the most valuable player for them. Your most valuable player don't always got to be your best player either.
They don't equate to being the best players.
But without McBuckets in that 3-ball, I don't know where they at. And there's other people to shoot the 3. It's just not they don't do. It's not as important as when McBuckets does it to me. Lynx is going to win this season. We also going to beat the Liberty if we play them again. Okay.
You're not.
I want Asia to get the ring and AT to get the season MVP. I'm ready for Alyssa Thomas to be a champion in this league.
I'm telling you right now, that's not going to repeat itself.
New York got drastically better, and they're healthy soon. It's up. They still don't fix their issues from last year.
You can look at the history of champions and look at who's been a runner-up. There has not been a repeat of the same 2 teams playing for the championship.
Lydia Khalil jumping in there. Her Olympic performance didn't stack up either. How we going international? How we going international? So I mean,
I'm just saying, if you want to prove a concept that Minnesota and New York, both of those teams are not going to make it to the championship game, based on proven concepts, based on data, based on the analytics of what the WNBA is telling you, that's factual. Those 2 teams are not going to make it to the championship.
I know, Gamecocks fam. Political Lil didn't want to. What the kids do? Like that tea? Yeah. Political Lil didn't want to. Yeah, like that tea. They didn't do that good in the Olympics either. Oh my God!
You start
hilarious, bro.
You start talking about what the best players on the world. You talking about the Olympic situation? Oh Lord!
Don't get me started. Yeah. So we. Oh, go ahead.
I'm for saying that, when people start playing physical and things start getting real and start, it's time to put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? It's okay. I'm good. I need to get up out of here because I got some stuff to do. So.
Yeah. We about to rock.
They've been having me going to a whole different other story right now.
Yeah, we'll say that for another day. We back Friday. We back Friday hot takes. We're gonna give you the first step in the breakdown in the rankings of the Big Ten. Be on the lookout for that. We're gonna rank them coaches, rank them teams. Gonna give y'all something to talk about. Oh, you ate? You ate? Okay. People been gentrifying it. Okay, you ate. That's what it is. Don't clock that T. You ate. I got it. I'm with you. I have not watched Don talking to Michelle Obama yet. What you talking about? They got tougher. Lynx was never tough. Oh God, we ain't gonna talk toughness. I'm gonna get out of here before that conversation starts. I appreciate y'all. It's like that one. That's what you want to do, like that. Okay, I got it. Like that. Okay, I'm with you. All right, that's what I'm here for. This is why my chat better than y'all. I learned right here. Y'all learn right here with me. Here we go. So, yeah, you told me to do that one. Okay, I got it. All right, now we gonna get out of here. We back later with the CU Buffs. Yeah, she ate. No, they certified it to clock that T. That's what they just told me. She ate. Oh yeah, she ate. Yeah. See, I'm teaching right now on the go. Okay, now we gonna get out of here. Great conversation. We appreciate y'all pulling up and rocking with us. If you did not hit the like on the way in, hit the like on the way out. You know you had a good time. Make sure you following us on all social media platforms. But most importantly, man, pull up over here on the YouTube. Give us the like, the share, and the subscribe. Push this algorithm out. Next time we up, y'all bring 10 of y'all friends so we can make this thing get bigger. Rob the Man Medium is to shake my hand. We got Skull Buffs Talk tonight with the CU Aunties pull up. And I'm back later on tonight with Scorers and Pick'ems. We don't even got to do Pick'ems tonight. We just going to do Scorers tonight because there's no games tomorrow night. So I don't know what we're going to do about sports tomorrow. But until next time, y'all stay tuned. Talk soon. Rob the Man Medium, Cess Talk Sports.